So did you see that article about Senator Kennedy going to his office party dressed as King Kong?
No, I did not.
Went dressed as a gorilla.
Yeah.
In a gorilla suit. And then when his wife asked him why he was late coming home, he said he was on the phone with with Bush, and she said, "Oh, the president called you?" He said, "No, but I wasn't really talking to him, but I know he was listening." That's a line.
Okay.
Senator.
I see. Anyway, I'm looking at the schedule today. Speaking of that promo we just played.
Nobody's here.
No, not today.
It's you and me today. That's it. Everybody else is away or off.
Well, Clarence is there today.
Yeah, he showed up.
He was real illuminating. I had quite a conversation with him this morning, quite a chat, and asked me what I learned from him.
Nothing.
0.
Oh!
Kind of like the numbers of the guys across the street, the big O, nothing.
Well, I found out what's going on around here after I left the air yesterday.
Yes? Did I tell you to go talk to Duff?
I did.
Was that part of the puzzle?
Yes.
Okay, well, we won't discuss that on the air.
Nope.
Now, what's the other part of the puzzle? What else is going on?
Oh, I don't know. I thought
that was what you find out?
Yeah, you mean there's more?
Well, no, I mean, there has to be more than that.
Who knows?
You see, if your fearless leader is leaving, then a lot of people, and I've been saying this for weeks now, a lot of people that have been hanging on to his coattails for years there, they're going to be falling out. They're going to be going out the door, not coming back in.
I would guess.
Yeah.
How will we know he's gone? He hasn't been here very much.
Well, he's probably cleaning things up, you know?
Yeah. He's off skiing.
What a totally classless act, that stunt at the Christmas party that everybody keeps telling me about. It just boggles the mind because it's all ego. It's 200% ego. As opposed to like saying, hey, thanks to all of you guys for really doing a great job and helping make all our stations such great successes and making us a lot of money and yada, yada. You know, they're a little like being a mensch, which, of course, would be out of character. Instead of that, it's like, ego. I did it my way. And, of course, if they played, I mean, I'm assuming he didn't, have a portable cassette deck with him or something like that. I'm assuming that DJ Laz had that queued up there and that it was all a planned stunt. I mean, if you're just walking around, if you go to a bar or something, you don't all of a sudden crank up Frank Sinatra singing My Way, just spontaneous, do you?
Not unless you're at Anthony's.
Yeah.
They play a lot of Sinatra music.
Well, okay, let's not go there.
Why? It's okay.
Oh, I see.
I love that place.
Yeah, I do too. And I'd like to continue enjoying it. Oh.
They do play a lot of Sinatra music in there.
Yeah, they do.
And a lot of Tony Bennett.
Right.
It's okay.
And what do they have in common?
Well, hey, whatever they want.
I see. I always found it fascinating when I'm sitting there eating one of their 17-course meals that goes on for hours and hours. Some of the music that you do hear on the like that. That schmaltzy? Although my favorite's still The Wedding.
And that wedding, they cast that wedding in Orange, New Jersey.
Yeah.
They ran over and they just brought in a bunch of guys from Orange, New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah. To play the extras in the wedding.
Hey, Paulie, more wine.
Yeah. Paulie
Clemenza would probably still be with us today if it wasn't for that extra wine.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? Let's send you a message.
Look at us to the fishes. Yeah.
First you take your sausage.
Yeah, your meatballs, your little wine.
Yeah. Bob Lee, who works for ESPN, told me once you can never go wrong quoting The Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Well, we got the Odd Father at our station.
Doi, 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 doi.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Well, he's not here today.
No, he is not there. We got Curtis and Troy Stratford. Troy's not selling. He's busy playing the Radio Star today.
Yep.
So we got 4 hours of that this afternoon. Then we got Jesse Agler before the hockey game, and then the Panther stuff, which they ought to kick the Bruins' ass. And then after the hockey game, if that doesn't tune everybody out, Lenny Martez again till 2 o'clock in the morning. That's beyond description. And seriously, I keep asking various people, what is going on in that place? What's the story here? Who's
Why
on
is
first?
everybody away?
And nobody knows from nothing. Nobody knows from nothing. All that Clarence knows is he's still got his Jaguar out there in the parking lot as of now, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, he was away for a few days.
I wonder what about the water Nazi. You think she's still going to be around? She's probably got all the pictures.
There is no water Nazi. Don't F with my log.
Yeah. Yesterday we talked about Scran. Might as well give her a couple of shots today. Yeah.
Don't F with my log. I'll go to Greg Reed.
Yeah, look at the beautiful cast of characters he had surrounding him all these years. You know, that's the thing. It tells you a lot. Look at the people who surround somebody. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Klingons, and then that tells you a lot about that person.
Yeah.
Pleasant people like Screw-Ann and the Water Nazi, and Gary Sarner, who's always like on the bubble, on the edge of the inner circle, but never could quite penetrate. If you catch my drift.
Okay.
And Ray, your buddy Ray, was in there too for a long time, but the fact that he's out, I think, exposes everything that needs to be said.
Yeah, he was kind of the Tessio of the group.
Right. He's out.
Yeah. Well,
it was an accident, and a lot of people got hurt.
Whoever comes to you to set up the meeting,
yeah,
he's the traitor.
Mm-hmm. Well, on that note,
yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to Woodbine right now. I guess I have to wait 4 hours.
I'm having lunch today. Any messages for the Panther owner?
No.
Okay.
No, but you're having lunch with Alan Cohen?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'll let you know.
What do you mean you don't know?
They asked.
They asked you to have lunch with them?
Yeah.
For why is that? Because you're a hockey maven? I mean, that makes no sense to me.
No.
Of course, you probably know as much about it as Alan Cohen does.
I'll see.
The message is quit lying about the attendance, okay? You can't keep counting the empty seats as people.
Yeah,
I mean, they're starting to come around.
It's there for you to see. They're not playing that badly.
No, they're starting to come around a little bit.
Yeah.
They played a good game against the Flyers the other night.
Yep.
And they ought to kick the Bruins' ass tonight. But nevertheless.
Well, you have a good day. I think Yeah.
About the Panthers' future, Gornished helfen.
Yeah.
In that market.
They also had an expression that said, "Don't talk about the people around the station, or you're out of here for a day or two."
Oh yeah.
That's my.
Well, the one good part about that is that there are no people to talk about because there are no people around the station.
True.
So you can talk about anything you want. There's nobody there.
Good point.
Yeah, we're in a vacuum. We're in the dark. Maybe we can hire Johnny Dark.
Meanwhile, you wound up with some pretty good stuff yesterday on the overrated personalities.
Yeah, thank you very much for that poll. Anytime you got a good poll idea, always throw it our way. Yeah, we do wind up with good stuff.
I did a little one today. Biggest story of the year.
And? That's my poll for tomorrow.
Oh, mine was most significant sports story.
But yours was local, though.
Yeah.
Mine isn't mostly local.
Yeah, well, you're in a different
time zone.
Different time zone. And
how do you like Paris Hilton, by the way? She, ran off. I mean, I voted for her, but 498 votes? I mean, the next highest, Dr. Phil, had 98. She had 498.
Yeah.
Nasty bitch. Why don't they hire her? She could be our new sales manager. At least she might speak to us. You were sure right about him, boy. You sure had him pegged right from day one.
You can spot him.
Stiffy.
I'm out of here.
A man who operates in a vacuum. Boy, do I pine for those days of Screw-Ann, man.
I was kind of hoping for... I'm trying to think of sales managers I've known over the years. Some of the guys from the old station.
Yeah. How about Rick Alpo?
He wasn't a bad guy.
No. Loser, but his wife was the real sales. She was the salesperson. He was just... he had a lot of stuff going on.
Oh.
And a sales manager, Murray Levine, boy, they sure did a job on him. Was it the Paxson people? Well, you weren't part of that.
I remember him.
Poor Murray. He was a good guy. And they just, he had a stroke from them, and he just about, I think he's not with us anymore. I'm not sure.
He died?
I'm not positive. I wonder if Stanley Cohen is still driving that yellow pimpmobile that he used to have at INZ. I'm gonna work on that book. I think I'll coincide the release with my March 1st 30th anniversary in the market. I think I'll write that book.
I'll buy it.
Oh, I have the stories that I could tell, just mind-boggling. I could write a book just about this place.
Yeah.
Just about the last couple of months.
I want to read the Mo chapter.
I'll bet you do. Have a great day.
Hey, you too.
See ya.
See ya.
Jason, you're on QAM.
We don't have any National Guardsmen because they're all fighting a war in Iraq right now.
Not the National Guard.
Pardon?
Not the National Guard.
No National Guard in Iraq?
There's no National Guard. No.
In an isolated region of the West comes the heartwarming story everyone is talking about. What started as a fishing trip became something much more. Jake Gyllenhaal and Oates stars in Brokeback Mountain.
They broke my back. I can't move. Hello? Hello?
The critics are raving about Brokeback Mountain. It's about a man with a broken back on a mountain.
I think that was a wolf. Yeah, that was a grizzly.
Oh my, I'm lost. Now where am I?
That sounded like a homosexual.
Oh my goodness, you're hurt.
Yep, definitely a homosexual.
Brokeback Mountain, rated S for extreme stupidity.
I heard it's going to be called Bareback Mountain, is what I'm hearing. 10:09 at 560 WQAM. It's Wednesday, December 28th, and we're all alone. Now that the Humper is leaving the building, there's nobody. Am I right?
No, I think people are starting to show up today.
Are they starting to, wander back in? I mean, John Jarris was there. There's a good guy. Of course, he's over on the other side of the building. He's on the FM side.
Right.
He's a good Austrian guy.
Yes, he is.
And Never Still Afraid Train. He's into that Bavarian thing. He likes those high boots. And he likes to stomp around a little bit. Good guy, John Jarris. Happy New Year, John. And then we have Curtis. What's his name? Curtis. Who the hell is that? We got Clarence back today. And he was in for a few minutes before the show to just dazzle me with nothing. He did admit that he's driving that Jaguar, the one that Screwan used to drive, I guess. Isn't that the same one?
It was handed down to him.
It was passed along. He had it exhumed, though, before he would get into it. Yeah, she had some issues, Screwan. But nevertheless, I'll still say, man, I would trade for a dime. I'd trade those days when she was back there mangling and managing. She kicked some serious ass back there, and she would come and talk to us no matter how much you ripped her ass on the air, although she did cause the Humper to be suspended about 20 or 30 times, but
About 30, man.
nevertheless, at least she had the cojones, man. She had the big pair, unlike this wimpy guy. We got the Curtis, what's his name again, Raymond Burr?
Raymond Burr, that's it.
Sounds awfully gay to me. Boy. Oh, he's ripping me on the air. I'm not going to go through that. In fact, he ought to be over in the other place with Joel Feinberg. You ought to be across the street. Oh, well, we're not going to play that game over here where these guys go on. You can rip each other all you want, but don't be ripping the management, okay? Okay, Joel, whatever you say, Mr. Macho Guy, you still got to share. Yeah, then Clarence is playing Mr. Stupid, which he doesn't have to act too much on that. Like, how are the trends? Like he doesn't know, you know? And although he doesn't really know, he's just giving me like glittering generalities. 1,336 votes on the poll so far. Now, this is today's poll, right? I can't figure it out.
I thought we were still on yesterday's.
I don't know. I started doing that thing. I got myself into a binder where it's like 5 days ahead with the polls. I don't know. Always looking for a new poll. Who is today's most overrated celebrity? We'll leave this on for, I think we'll leave it on period because I faxed the new one to Eric for tomorrow. Although there probably are some other things that should be on that. What event of 2005 was the most significant to you?
Okay.
We'll get into that in a bit. Once we take care of our 3 or 4 calls. We're not going to get a lot of calls today. Today's most overrated celebrity, Paris Hilton. She wins by a landslide, man. She is way out in front. 505 votes out of 1,340. That's 37.6% of all the votes.
Deservingly so.
Yeah, bitch. Dr. Phil, 99. Howard Stern, 82. One thing with Stern, they either like his act or they just don't get it. They don't. They find nothing there. Like me, I don't begrudge him, but I don't see it. Nothing there for me. Years ago there was. I mean, years ago it was a panic, but
yeah, that's my opinion. I mean, I used to listen in high school, but I got tired
that's
of
what
it.
Used to be hysterical. But in the last few years, I don't see anything there, including the year that we had it on the. It wasn't a year. How many months did we have it on the air?
It wasn't
like 4
a year.
or 5 months.
Definitely wasn't a year.
Wow, 4 or 5 months. Donald Trump 75. Anything else, Robin? Anything else, Robin? Anything else, Robin? Wow. Seriously, if his show was 1/10 as good as all the publicity that he generates, and he does generate incredible publicity, if it was 1/10 as good, I would get up at 5:30 in the morning just to make sure that I was shaved, showered, and all the other stuff, just so I didn't miss a minute, you know? But it's not there. Donald Trump 75, Oprah 60, Tommy Cruise 39. Hey, Tommy!
You fairy!
Kevin Federline 35, Jessica Simpson 35. Maybe the two of them can hook up now. They're both available. J-Lo 28, Victoria Gotti 27. Martha Stewart, 24. Sarah Jessica Parker, 22. Ashton Coochie Coochie, 21. Don Imus and Ashley Simpson each have 20, although he sings better than she does. Nancy Grace, 19. Katie Couric, 18. Adam Sandler, 16. Anna Nicole Smith and Bono, 14 apiece. Same person. The Olsen twins, 12. Nicole Richie and Ben Affleck, 11 apiece. Ryan Seacrest and Melissa Rivers, 10 apiece. Carson Daly and Jay Leno and Jennifer Aniston and Carrot Top, 9 apiece. Boy, poor Jennifer. How could she be lumped in with those losers? Huh? That's sad. She don't belong on there.
I agree.
She's a good actress. Forget about the fact how hot or not she is. She's a good actress. Nothing wrong with her.
No.
Clay Aiken, 8. That's Clay's Aiken Anus. Simon Cowell and Bill Maher, 8 apiece. I remember John Maher used to do news at WABC and WKFR in Battle Creek, Michigan. Great news guy. John Maher. Lindsay Lohan, 7. Barbara Streisand, 6. Tori Spelling, 6. Tom Hanks, 6. Tara Reid, 6. Greg Reed doesn't have nothing. Hillary Duff, 5. Matt LeBlanc, 4. The Rock, 4. Jimmy Kimmel, 3. How about that Christian wrestling? Joan Rivers. See, you didn't believe me about that, and you
I
believe
didn't. But
there is a Christian wrestling league. Joan Rivers, 3. Tom Bergeron, 2. Ray Romano, 2. Paul Azan, 1. And Dakota Fanning don't have any because nobody knows who that is. That's what I'm thinking. Did you know who it was?
I did, but I don't think she's overrated. She's a little girl.
Well, don't be picking on the little girls.
I'm not.
I don't mean you. I mean whoever called that in.
Right.
Heartless bastard. 10:15 at QAM already. How do you like that? Before you know it, it's going to be 1:55. Time for Curtis and the Troy. Wow. That's Curtis Stevenson, not Curtis Raymond Burr. Curtis and Troy. Yeah. Troy used to be a sales guy, but now he's going to be an on-the-air guy, as opposed to some other guy that used to be in programming that's not going to be well, whatever. Hey, when you're shopping for shoes, comfort, fit, and value is what it's all about. Those are the three ingredients that are important to everybody with a brain. So if you want the best combination, do your shoe shopping at Brandy Shoes in Pompano Beach. They carry a humongous selection of all the major shoe brands that you know and love. Not off-brands that nobody ever heard of, but great names like Rockport, Florsheim, Echo, New Balance, Mephisto, SAS, and all the others. And Brandy's professional shoe fitters will make damn sure you got a customized perfect fit of your favorite comfort shoe every time. Ask for Arnie. He'll make sure you get the perfect fit at the right price, too. The pros at Brandy's really do understand fit and comfort. They specialize even in wide widths as well for you folks with big, wide, fat ones. Brandy's is worth the trip from just about any place in town. So for comfort, style, fit, value, and selection, always think Brandy Shoes. You'll find them at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Be sure and tell them that Berkeley sent you by. They will absolutely fall on the floor and pee in their pants when you tell them that at Brandy's. Brandy's is open daily till 9, Sundays till 5. Did I say 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach? I think I did. And this week is a great time to buy New Balance shoes at Brandy's. Take 20% off on all great New Balance men's and women's styles and get a free T-shirt, too. So be sure to get into Brandy's this week or visit them on the web at brandyshoes.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Were you drudge packing?
Tonight on 2020.
Howard, you're going to satellite.
Yes, I'm uncensored.
I hear you're exploring the sexuality of zoo animals.
I look forward to exploring that.
But you're really taking it a little bit too far.
You could choose to look at it that way. I don't.
Dude, on your first show, you're going to get conjugal with a kangaroo.
I will. This is a new frontier.
That sounds dangerous.
Dangerous, maybe?
You could get bird flu or kangaroo flu.
I'm about being funny.
So, how does a guy get romantic with a kangaroo anyhow?
You got to find out. Yes.
Tonight on 2020.
Yes.
Okay, just a second.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm just sending you some stuff for tomorrow.
All right.
Well, I mean, I figure it's a very informal show today. There's nobody around, and it's getting like worse every day. It's the 28th. I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. Do you?
I guess people are going to come back to work at the New Year.
Is that what it is?
New Year. I would guess.
Some of them.
Good
56705. Some of them. We don't know which ones necessarily. In fact, that would be a good poll. That's an excellent poll. Who do you think will not be back, is most likely not to be back in the new year?
Good poll.
I like that poll.
That's a great poll.
I think that's the poll for Friday. Who do you think is most likely not to be back? Who will we not see no mo in the new year? No mo. Well, he's going until March, I guess. No mo. No mo. Is the rumor. Although I can't get a straight answer about that or anything else because these people lie a lot. And, of course, they get that right from the top. 567, let's see if we get any calls today or not, or whether I should just play the rack. I was going to do that on Monday. Now, today, that I'm not in the bag anymore, you'll notice I sound just like me today as opposed to the last 2 days.
Yeah, there was no groggy this morning.
No. I did sleep an extra maybe 20 minutes today, not the extra hour. And then come to find out you didn't show up your ass till after 9 o'clock anyway, so I could have slept till whatever.
Well, I actually did, but I actually took a little nap in the car this morning when I got here.
You took a nap in the car?
I just showed up 20 minutes.
What the hell was that all about?
I got here 20 minutes before 9, so I felt like sleeping for 20 minutes.
Great.
So, that's how that goes.
Wow. I was listening to Hank's callers, too. I was taking the same nap as you were. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. It's going to be grim and slim. You'll see. WQAM, hello. See, there's the very first one. That's an omen right there. The first one out of the box. Always sets the pace for the rest of the day. WQAM, hello.
20 minutes before 9, so I felt like sleeping for 20 minutes.
QAM.
Great. So, so I go. Wow. I was listening to Hank's callers, too. I was taking the same nap as you were.
QAM.
560, pound 560.
Not there. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
What's up, buddy? I've been waiting to talk to you for a while.
Well, here you go. Here's your chance. Take a couple hours. Take all the time you want.
This is pretty important. I just want to know, have you heard of a DVD documentary called 9/11 Conspiracy Theory in Plain Sight?
No.
Neil, I'm telling you, man, look it up on the internet. It's in plain, Plane, like an airplane sight.
No.
You got to see this. I downloaded it for free on my Kazaa Lite or whatever.
Yeah, and what does
I'm telling
it
you, you buy a lot of movies. Just spend the $20 and watch it.
Well, what does it say? What is the message
of it?
It's
based on nothing but video evidence. It kind of takes the whole Pentagon strike thing that you have on your website.
Right.
And it shows you that, but it goes beyond. It shows footage that was only showed like one time on CNN, but then you never saw it again.
Okay.
Like the Pentagon being fully intact after the so-called airplane hit.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. I'm telling you, just get it. Don't waste time. I'm telling you, you'll be talking about it for hours.
Okay, inplainsight.com.
Basically, yeah. You'll find it. Just do a Google.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
I'll Google it. Thanks a lot, Pally.
All right.
And don't forget, Deutschland über alles.
Okay.
See ya. 5-6. That's what John Jarrett said when he came in. Deutschland über alles.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Well, those Austrians, they were pretty tight with Adolf. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil, good morning, sir, and Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year to you.
I was just watched those guys slaughter that poor black guy there in New Orleans yesterday on the news.
What do you mean they slaughtered him? What does that mean?
I think they shot him like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering why they don't just shoot him in the leg and the guy falls over and then they can deal with him,
Well, they gave this a song to dance about. Well, when they shoot to kill. They had some big song to dance like that.
Oh, brother.
Who knows? There were only like about 15 or 20 of them, and there he was waving a gun around, obviously somewhat incoherent, but that's just the way it is,
Thanks, Neil.
I think that episode was symbolic of everything that happened in New Orleans after Katrina.
Right. Shameless request, please.
Yes?
Oh, I got a buddy out of town, Angelina Jolie in the basement.
You got it.
All right, thanks.
See ya, Pally. Bye-bye. And don't be standing around waving no knife around. How many times have they shown that just in the last hour?
About 30, man.
30,000 times in the last 24 hours because they want to incite, all the dark folks and get them all whipped up into a frenzy. I mean, if you're a black person in America, you should understand you're still living in the pre-Civil War times. It's a racist piece of crap country, and black people are still at the bottom of the ladder, and you just better learn that. Anybody really thinks that they gave a flying crap about those black folks in New Orleans, you're dreaming. You're in la-la land, man. And they're still doing nothing there. There's still all these people have no clue what their life is going to be all about. Kind of like here at QAM. WQAM, hello, you're a clueless station for the new millennium. Hello.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Back to you, sir.
Dick's back this New Year's.
What?
Dick's back this New Year's. Dick's going to be big on New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait for Dick. Going to see a lot of Dick this year.
Yeah, it's obvious where he's coming from. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to ask you a question. Whatever happened to Fat Rich?
Whatever happened to Fat Rich? Do you know Fat Rich?
Yeah, I used to sell him dolphin tickets. You used to buy them from me.
He died?
He did?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that. I mean...
A few months ago, yes.
Oh, okay. I just wondered. Thanks a lot.
At the track, at our table at the track, he expired at Pompano Park, which I think is the way he would have wanted it.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks, Neil.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Glad I could pass along the good news to you. 26 past 10 at QAM.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM. It's 30 a day plus gas.
Well, I rented Lincoln.
Cash or credit.
And I drove up in the hills.
You want the insurance?
And to recall how it happened, well,
good luck.
It still gives me chills.
What a weirdo.
Followed my map of star houses.
Yikes.
And was shocked to see sitting on her front porch was Angelina Jolie. Well, I walked up like I knew her.
Hey, do I know you?
When I saw her hesitate.
Hey!
But the chloroform started working then for her. It was too late. Put her in my car and rolled the windows down. Now she was my queen and I made her a crown.
Take the stupid crown off me!
And I've got Angelina Jolie in my basement.
I'm in the basement!
And I think I'll keep her there with me.
Hello?
And charge her rent.
I'm not paying rent.
Well, I hope she don't mind. I hope that she'll find that she likes the cement.
I'm in the basement!
How wonderful life is with Angelina Jolie in my basement.
Let's be out of here!
Well, I'm schizophrenic, polar and manic, but I bet you'd give your last cent.
Help me!
To have Angelina Jolie locked down in your basement.
Come on, Precious!
Don't hurt my dog.
I'll do it, mister!
Don't hurt Precious.
I'll hurt your dog, mister!
It puts the dog in the basket.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Exactly. 27 before 11, All Request Wednesday here on QAM. Curtis Stevenson and Troy Stratford from 2 till 6 this afternoon. 4 solid hours of that. Then we got Jesse Agler at the BAC, the Bank Atlantic Yenta Renta Center, from 6 to 6:30 to set the stage for... So Hank is having lunch with Alan Cohen, the owner of the Panthers. Does that make any sense to you?
Maybe he's friends with him.
I don't think so. I do not believe so. Although Hank is the hockey maven, there's no question about that. Panthers preview at 6:30, 7 o'clock. The Bruins in town to play the Panthers. The Bruins really suck. Should kick their ass big time. And following the hockey game, Lenny Martez till 2 o'clock in the morning as we continue laughing our ass all the way to the bank. Atlantic Center. Look at that phone, man. Does that tell you everything you need to know?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. What do you mean pretty bad? It's dead as a doornail. I might just have to play the rack, which I was going to do on Monday. And if I was smart, I would have done it on Monday because I was in the bag from that trip back. And even yesterday was still like 3/4 of the show in the bag. Kind of like our sales staff in the bag. Speaking of our sales staff, how's that piece of copy coming, fat boy? Huh?
Well, it's a long drive. Maybe he's not here yet.
Yeah, maybe he took a nap in the car like you did. WQAM, hello.
Oh, man, is that
Neil,
Yes, sir.
what's going on?
How you doing, Pally?
Why isn't the Momo on at 2 o'clock?
He's, everybody's on the busman's holiday, that's why.
Man, I was hoping he quit after I roused
Nah,
him.
he's not quitting. He'll be back on Friday, man. He'll never go away.
Let me tell you what, he is the most...
Well, I'll call him up and tell him, okay? We're not going to spend all of our time rapping on my good buddy Mo today, right? No Mo. Tired of hearing your crap. Remember what I said yesterday about these people with their neurotic repetition? That's all they got. Is bashing Bush, bashing Rush, and bashing Mo. That's all they got. It's the old monster bash.
As long as they're bashing somebody.
Exactly. How about it's the holidays, man? This I thought was supposed to be the time of the year, which for a couple of days or a few days, it's goodwill on earth and peace to man, or peace of something.
Right. Yeah, maybe in Canada.
Little piece of something. Yeah. Oh, yeah, in Canada.
Like those shootings, yeah.
Everybody over here. Yeah. All these gangster rappers with their guns, man. I'm going to tell you, this gangster rap, I'm not one of those fuddy-duddies that thinks that, music is like Marilyn Manson, all that crap. But when it comes to this gangster rap crap, that's not music. And the whole culture of it. And in fact, they're shooting each other, which, kind of sets the tone for it. But nevertheless, so I did see a little bit of that tribute to Rick Nelson last night on Larry King, which I'm sure you missed it.
I'm sure I
and
did.
Since you don't know who Rick Nelson was, it's probably just as well you missed it.
Oh, come on. I heard that song from going to his website yesterday.
And I noticed that his twin kids there, Gunnar and Matthew, they cut their hair way down. They used to have long, girly hair. Back when they used to look good several years ago. I had them on my show one time on IOD on the phone. They had a good sense of humor. But at any rate, that's when they were big. Nelson, they had one big hit, something doing it in the rain or whatever the hell it was. And they were on there last night. And his other son, what the hell is his other kid's name? Boy, he's really interesting. I don't know what his name is. And the daughter, what the hell's her name?
Something Nelson?
No, she's hot. She's an actress. I can't think of what her name is. She did most of the talking. And David Nelson, the brother, was on there. David must have just turned 110. And his face is all falling apart like in chunks. And he was, I remember Rick used to talk on the phone. And it was very sad. Very sad. I think once there should be a law that once a celebrity gets to be over 100 years old, we don't have to see them anymore. They should not be allowed on TV.
Yeah, there should be.
No, it makes you very sad. It's like if they drag out Dick Clark for New Year's Eve again this year, which they keep threatening they're going to do it. He's going to be, because the guy that called before said we're going to see Dick on New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah, he did. I don't know if that's what he was talking about.
No. Like I said, moving along. Boy, you're brutal. See, there are times just to respond and times just to sit there and dummy up. But at any rate, he's in bad shape, Dick Clark. In fact, they just bring him out in a box. I have a good line, but I'm sure that Joyce wouldn't approve. QAM, hello.
I'd never bash Al Franken. He's intellectual.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, Pally.
Question for you. What's a Bruin? Like the Boston Bruins?
Bear. It's a little bear.
It's a little bear?
Don't you ever see the logo for the Bruins?
Yeah.
It's a little bear.
Oh, okay. I never examined it that closely.
Well, take a look at it. It's like a bear, like a baby's bottom. Okay, I'm sure you're familiar with that. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. What is a Bruin? What is a Panther? Well, we know what a Panther is. They're an endangered species. In more ways than one. So when you go to lunch with Alan Cohen, Humper, be sure and tell him, better start really selling some tickets as opposed to making up the attendance numbers. Better start selling some real tickets in there. Otherwise, bye-bye. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I saw Josh kissing a guy at a gas station.
No, good. I'm glad. Now, was that Josh Darrow or Josh Cordes? We'll find out in his next call. 56705, and I heard it was a gas. 560 and pound 560 on the Verizon Singular wireless line. All the calls all the time. They've been great the first 2 days of the week. You got to admit that.
Yeah, they were good the first day.
No, I think yesterday were okay, too, in a more bizarre way, but nevertheless, they were just fine.
Okay.
We're not going for quality this week. We're going for quantity. It's the week point. Let's just hope that once we get past the new year, which, let's see, George is going to be on Friday and Monday, so Tuesday is what, the 3rd? January 3rd?
Correct.
So starting January 3rd, let's hope that there's a few people back in the building. Maybe by then we'll actually have some new copy from Fat Boy or any of our sales holes who are busy playing hooky or whatever they're doing. I just don't understand it. It's like they take a whole chunk of time and just write off that period of time, which I don't understand that. And then so you start the new year and we have nothing on the log and we're like playing catch-up all year. Playing catch-up. Maybe Raymond Burr, our sales manager back there, likes ketchup on his fries as opposed to mayo. Maybe he likes ketchup on his... I don't know what it is. But he sure got a long way to catch up. You're not doing it, Curtis. Let me tell you that right now, baby. You're weak. Really weak. We want Screw-Ann back now. WQAM, hello.
Neil, what's a knickerbocker?
WQAM, hello. QAM, hello. QAM.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
I totally agree with you on the whole celebrity thing, but I think it should be sooner. Like, Marilyn Monroe. Can you imagine what she would look like today if she was still alive?
Oh, God.
It's good to remember her the way she was.
Can you imagine what she looks like now?
And like
Not too
Elizabeth
good.
Taylor, and Marlon Brando, some of them, they should have died a lot younger. I think that's my
Or
opinion.
just stayed out of our face anyway.
Exactly. Hey, I love you, Neil.
See ya.
Have a great day.
You too. 20 to 11. See, that was out of order, that call there. I mean, she was very nice, but we're not supposed to have that. We're supposed to have hostility and hate because it's South Florida, baby. It's the holidays. Like that. That's how you're supposed to do it. And what's a maple leaf, by the way, huh? What's that?
It's that syrup, right?
What's a piston? Oh, I see, the Detroit Piston. It used to be the Fort Wayne Piston Zollers. I bet you didn't know that.
I did not.
Well, that was where they played, in Fort Wayne, the Fort Wayne Pistons Zollers. And Detroit Pistons, people think that's because Detroit is Motor City, and cars and pistons and stuff like that. But if that's the case, how come they were the Fort Wayne Piston Comets? Or Zollers, or whatever the hell they were. I bet you the Humper remembers that, the Fort Wayne Piston Zollers. He probably also remembers Red Auerbach and Les, whatever his name was. The coach of the Rochester Royals. Well, that's it. Let's talk to all the old farts today, like that guy who's in love with Al Franken, the guy that's 110 years old that calls every day. Al Franken is on it. Hey, don't forget Al Franken's on at noon, baby, with, what's her name? Whatever
Catherine
her name is.
Lamford.
Catherine Lamford. And he's there intellectual. Laugh riot. 1042 at 560 WQAM. Just killing some time in the holidays. If I'd have known it was going to be like this, just a skeleton crew that everybody was screwing off, I'd have just said, hey, I'll take 5 weeks. Let me know when you're ready to go back and do a little business. I'll tell you who's ready to do business. My good friends at Dry Concepts. I've used them in my homes for over 20 years. They're the best in the world. There is nobody else who'll do a job for you like them. And no scams, no games. They give you a written guaranteed price up front before they start their fantastic job. And with the holidays here, it's time to make the call to have your entire home sanitized, and not just your carpets either. Because Dry Concepts also specialize in upholstery cleaning, leather cleaning, drapery cleaning, oriental rug cleaning, water damage restoration, pet odor treatments, mattress cleaning to get rid of those nasty little dust mites, and lots more. And during this month, during December, Dry Concepts has a special offer that will keep you sleeping like a baby, because no matter how clean your home is, it's almost impossible to get rid of those dust mites. And did you also know that dust mites are the #1 cause of allergies in your homes? So do yourself and your whole family a big favor. Get rid of those dust mites today by calling Dry Concepts. Whether it's your carpeting, upholstery, leather furniture, drapery, oriental rugs, or this month's special dust mite cleaning, the only company you want to do business with is Dry Concepts, because they're the best in the universe. In Dade, Broward, and the Palm Beaches, call them toll-free, 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071, or log on to their website, dryconcepts.com. Be sure and tell them that Troy Stratford told you to call Dry Concepts.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Okay, now you see, that's also the same thing at the beginning of that Canes promo.
Yes, it is.
Unacceptable, Clarence. You idiot. You quisling, Clarence.
You fairy. Only in the Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
Do you love the delightful sounds of birds in your backyard, yet live in constant fear of avian flu? Well, now you can enjoy our feathered friends and be safe at the same time with the electric bird bath.
Oh, hey, look, honey. It's a brown-headed cowbird.
It's beautiful and no longer contagious.
The electric bird bath is wired with 50,000 volts of bird flu eradicating power.
Look, honey, it's a white-breasted nuthatch.
Correction, dear. It's a smoldering black-breasted nuthatch.
And if you order the electric bird bath now, we'll include a free box of Polly-One and exploding crackers.
Polly-One and crackers.
The electric bird bath, because dying of avian flu is for the birds.
1047, it's for the birds, all right, just like those rejoins and that thing. And that's why the other day I got caught short on that, because it's just like what you played there.
That's right. But hey.
But hey is right. But hey. A man shot to death, another wounded. His gunman opens fire in Miami house this morning. Not to be outdone by those goofballs in Toronto. One man was killed, another wounded earlier this morning when a gunman opened fire on a house in Miami. Miami police said a man wearing all black walked into the gated front yard of the house at 1000 Sunnybrook Road between 5 and 5:30 this morning, then fired numerous shots inside with an assault weapon. The bullets chipped the concrete portions and went through the windows, Miami police said in a statement. A man in his 20s was fatally wounded while lying in bed. Another older man was struck in the leg while sitting on a sofa. A woman inside the house was not harmed. The identities of the victims are being withheld by the police. 2 vehicles, one black and the other white, were seen leaving south on 10th Avenue after the shooting. At this time, detectives have determined no clear motive for the shooting. Just another day in paradise, baby. People, crazy people with guns, all you gun lovers out there, you make me want to vomit, okay? That's one thing about all my trips to Amsterdam, anywhere in Western Europe. Once in Rome, one time, there was some punk, they were having like some demonstration. You know, they're always having these big demonstrations, anti-this, anti-that. And some punk fired a gunshot off into the air. Where he got the gun, I have no idea. But at any rate, he had a gun, handgun. And it was evidently not that far from where I was having lunch. And come outside, and all the crowds are gathered around. And, man, the carabinieri and the polizia and everything, there were enough police came out of the woodwork and dragged this guy off into like some underground tunnel or somewhere and probably beat the crap out of him. But I won't see him no more. And that was just a gunshot fired in the air, not at anybody. I mean, it was an accident, but nobody got hurt. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But of all the other places I've been, I never even heard about anybody getting shot, of people like running around loose with guns in the streets. I can just imagine right now that roster crowd in Amsterdam, if they had guns. Oh, man. Not good news, man. But they don't. All you people with this gun sickness of yours, it's pathetic. But I'm not going to change nothing. That's why these people calling in all breathless about, oh, this website and that website. You know, I mean, I understand the guy means well, that in plain sight thing in 9/11. And so then what? So then we find out that we've been lied to and conned, and the government are a bunch of crooks, and people are dying who shouldn't be dying. And then what? Then what am I going to do about it? On this little horseball station where we got nobody in the building, with our, great signal. Oh, but Greg is working feverishly to syndicate the Neil Rogers show. Right. Oh, please. Cracker, please. The stories that these people tell, the games that they play. Man. See, because this station isn't about Hank Goldberg or Neil Rogers or a Mad Dog or a Mo or any of the people on here. This station's been all about Greg, long before I came to it and long after he's going to be gone, evidently. But it's all about Greg. That's why we had that My Way crap at that Christmas party. Boy, it's a damn good thing I didn't show up for that one and surprise him. I would have started screaming and yelling. I would I'm curious. So what happened? They played the whole. What was he doing while they played the song?
He just went back to his seat.
Yeah.
We were in the bar area. It was our cocktail hour, if you will. And,
yeah.
And he went up, and that's all he said. He said, everyone's expecting me to make the announcements, ba 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 ba. And then he, the music came on, and he went right back and sat at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Classy. Really classy. And what were people saying? I mean, what was going on at this point? Were people like, what was that?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
But you didn't hear anything?
No, nobody really said anything about it. It was just happened.
Well, maybe nobody cared. Or maybe it was like kind of anticlimactic. Maybe all those rumors that were going on weeks ago about him getting tossed out the door, maybe everybody heard those so often now that, oh, yeah, well, we know. Bye-bye. Maybe that was the attitude. Think?
I don't know.
A naked man in Lake County, Florida, claiming to be Satan, was arrested after he threatened to kill a sheriff's deputy and then injured the man in a neighborhood street, according to a police report. A lot of crazy people running around there. That's another reason not to have all these damn guns. See what I'm saying? Too many crazy people get their hands on guns. Too many people with no respect for life. Like these punks that were shooting people downtown here the other night. It's unbelievable. And this is supposed to be such a civilized place and so polite and so whatever. Yeah, right. Officers responded to complaints of a naked man screaming in the streets Monday in the area of Wall Street and Grant Avenue in Eustis, Florida. You don't want to go to Eustis, Florida. I'll tell you that right now.
Where the hell is that?
Who the hell knows? Well, Lake County, so that should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yahooville. In fact, did you see this guy, Roy Lee Henson?
Yeah, he looks like Satan.
Whoa, man, he's a scary kind of guy. He looks a little like, what's his name in the Cuckoo's Nest? Billy Bibbit. When deputies arrived, they found Roy Lee Henson walking with his boxer shorts around his ankles and screaming wildly, according to the report. Henson then lunged at the sheriff's deputy. Backup officers arrived and took Henson into custody as the man screamed he was Satan. The sheriff's deputy suffered minor injuries when he was kicked during the struggle with Henson. Henson's been booked into Lake County Jail on $10,000 bond. He faces charges of aggravated assault on the officer, resisting arrest with violence, exposure of sexual organs, and disorderly conduct. This is according to Channel 6 News in Orlando, I guess that is. Oh, there you go. Just another day in paradise, like I said. Because it's the American effing way. 5670560. Let's get 1,000 calls on today. That's going to be our goal. Forget about the poll. The poll. Paris Hilton's got the poll one, okay?
Yes, she does.
We'll move into this other one a little bit later on. I don't want to get too big of a head start on it, because then they'll start calling them with suggestions. I don't want. I got one for the poll. I'm so sick. If I ever hear that again, I got one for the poll. I can't stand it. I can't take it. I can't handle it. No mo. No mo. Didn't we go through that all day yesterday? I mean, I appreciate the Humper giving me that poll idea. We got a lot of votes, and it went over big, like Halava in Jerusalem. That was okay. But God Almighty, I got one for the poll. Come on, come up with something different, okay? Once in your life, anything. Like what's a Knickerbocker? At least what's a Royal? The Rochester Royals. What's a Royal? What's the Syracuse Gnats? What's a Gnat? You ever step on a gnat?
All the time.
Think about it. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yeah, Neil, please.
Speaking.
Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Eustis is about 50 miles west of South Daytona.
South Daytona.
Yep.
Okay.
And in closing,
yes,
I got one for the poll.
Cute. WQAM, hello.
George told me bad weed.
WQAM, hello.
Thank God my cat. I have no match.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, is there a reason why they had a special about Ricky Nelson considering he's been dead for 20 years?
That was it, because 20 years ago, New Year's is when his plane crashed.
Yeah. Do you think he was actually smoking it?
No.
It was the Pope.
He was smoking it with the Pope. The fact of the matter is that they have a DVD and CD and all this other stuff coming out, and King kept promoting that. So it's not just that it was 20 years ago that his plane crashed on New Year's, but it was also they're peddling something. You know, everybody's always, which is fine. I liked Rick Nelson a lot, believe me, but that's another story. I liked his music, too. And his youngest son there, whatever his name is, boy, I'd sure like to spend a little time rehashing the old history with him, whatever his name is. And nobody even called him with the name of his daughter. She's a very well-known actress. What the hell is her name? Oh, Christ. Now, you would be the last person to know. Tracy. Got it?
Okay.
Well, are you Googling it?
I am.
Tracy, what the hell is her name? It's not Tracy Nelson, is it? No. At any rate, somebody will know. She's a fine-looking young lady, and she's a good actress, and she was very articulate, and she was the best one on the show, except, of course, the young son, who didn't say too much, but he looked pretty good.
Oh, it actually is Tracy Nelson.
Yeah. Now, do you know who she is?
Doubt it.
Well, look up her work there. Maybe you might recognize something. She's an actress. She's been around. She's well-known. She's been on some stuff. In fact, a lot of the people at QM are on some stuff, too. We can't say what. 10:56 at QM. Curtis and Troy at 2 this afternoon, and then we got the Panther stuff. And Lenny Martez at 10 tonight. Spread the word around town, baby. Lenny Martez Show.
This is Neil Rogers.
Oh, my God.
This is 560 QAM.
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. This is your brain being chopped to bits by a finely honed meat cleaver. This is your brain in a blender. And this is your brain being stirred into a big pot of chili. Brains. Real food for real people.
Absolutely.
Exactly. No Mo today. We got Curtis and Troy, and I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Tremendous. Who is today's most overrated celebrity is our poll question at the moment. 1,437 vote. Would somebody please vote for Dakota Fanning? I have no idea who she is. And what is she, like 5 years old?
She's probably 10.
12? 10?
Yeah, 12.
Somebody vote for her. She'll feel left out, and that would be bad, especially in the holidays. Paris Hilton, 544, man. 38% of all the votes, Paris Hilton. Nasty, needle-nosed bitch, no talent, lots of cash, and a pain in the ash. Dr. Phil, 106. Howard Stern, 91. How do you like that? Picking on poor Howie. Nice haircut, by the way. Donald Trump, 77. Oprah, 63. Tommy Cruise, 39. Tommy!
You fairy! Did you ever see that South Park episode, by the way?
No.
Never. Okay, never got to see that.
No. Couldn't coordinate the right day with the right whatever. It'll be back. Jessica Simpson, 39. Kevin Federline, 35. J-Lo's got 31. Victoria Gotti, 27. My God. Did I ever tell you that I had her as a guest on my show on the phone one time many years ago when she wrote the book about Daddy, and the whole deal?
Really?
Yeah. Back at INZ about 100 years ago.
I'm sorry.
That's why I don't understand, because that was a long time ago. She's got to be an old bag.
Well, she is. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, she's got to be like 50-something. But anyway, a lot of makeup. Martha Stewart, 25. Nice job on The Apprentice, by the way, Martha. You're fired, did. How long did that last? About 2 minutes? Of course, that was the case of the pot calling the kettle black, Donald Trump. Victoria God, where did we leave off? Martha Stewart, 25. Ashton Coochie, 23. Sarah Jessica Parker, 23. Ashley Simpson, 22. Don Imus and Nancy Grace, 21 apiece. Shut my mouth. Adam Sandler and Katie Couric, 19 each. Bono, 16. He's going to save the world. We are the world. We're singing fast as we can because we got to sell a lot of records. Yeah. Okay. Bunch of crap. Anna Nicole Smith, 14. The Olsen Twins, 13. I mean, when you can't even make any good music, when your singing sucks, and all of a sudden you're like using your celebrity status as like, influencing the world, running around threatening Paul Martin, our prime minister here, and everybody. Oh, you got to do more for this. And get lost. Go feed the Africans, okay? Get out of our face, Bono. And your music sucks, by the way. Anna Nicole Smith, 14. The Olsen Twins, 13. Ryan Seacrest and Melissa Rivers, 12. Hey, Ryan, by the way.
You fairy.
Carson Daly, 11. He makes me caca, man. He just makes me sick. Nicole Richie, 11. Ben Affleck, 11. Hey, Ben.
You fairy.
Although now he's married to some other chick. In about 5 minutes she had a baby. That's the new deal. All these Hollywood fags, they have these fake marriages, and now the new deal is like Katie Holmes. Isn't she also pregnant by something or somebody?
Yeah, not Tommy, but she's pregnant.
By something. Just like Michael Jackson's 15 wives. Jennifer Aniston's got 10. I want to apologize because I like her a lot, and she's fine. There's not a damn thing wrong with her. But, put any name on here right away. They just want to hop on them. And in her case, Jay Leno, Carrot Top, Tori Spelling, 9 apiece. Clay's Aiken Anus has got 8. Simon Cowell, 8. Bill Maher's got 8. Little twerp. They ought to send him to Belgium like Antwerp. Lindsay Lohan, 7. Tom Hanks has got 7. Barbara Streisand, 6. Hillary Duff, 6. Oh, speaking of Duff, well, we can't tell you until next week about that. I don't know why. What's the big secret? Can we tell you about that? He's not leaving us, by the way. Don't get panicky. Duff will still be around, but I just can't tell you. Tara Reid, 6. Matt LeBlanc, 4. The Rock, 4. He's going to be one of those great Christian wrestlers for God. He's wrestling with his conscience. Jimmy Kimmel, 3. I still think he's one of those televangelists. Joan Rivers, 3. Tom Bergeron, 2. He's just a silly ass.
Yes.
Ray Romano, 2. Dakota Fanning, 2. Dakota's got 2 now. Paul Hassan has slipped into last place, and deservedly so, with 1. Solamente uno. Out of 1,400 and what? 1,448. That's great. Here's a fax that's not so great from Cliff. Cliff, you're a pain in the ass, baby. Says, I'm the one that always faxed you to see City of God. I'd rather see City of
God.
That's my idea of a good time. Would you please get past the fact it's dark, people, and watch a really good movie? Look, I watched about 20 minutes of that thing, and it just wasn't going anywhere.
By the way, there are a couple white people, if you...
Well, I didn't get that far. There was no white people within 100. It would be like watching a Spike Lee movie. I'm not going to be one of those great liberal people. Oh, I'm watching Spike Lee because I'm not into black culture. I don't care about black culture or purple culture. I just care about human culture, okay? God almighty. Why should I watch that? It'd be like black folks watching The Godfather. Anyway, Cliff says, I watched Requiem for a Dream because of you, and I liked it. Also watched Magnolia and hated it. Well, if you hated Magnolia, then your taste is in your tush, Cliff, so why the hell should I watch this? But I watched it, he said. In other words, like I owe him something.
Yeah, you owe it to Cliff.
So you owe me one, he says. Yeah, in other words, I'm going to waste a couple hours of my life watching a movie just because some listener out there faxes I owe you one? Because he watched movies, 2 great movies, by the way, Requiem for a Dream and Magnolia. Anybody, see, he's just sucking up to George. Because George has this thing, the ending wasn't good, we didn't find out what happened. Well, what movie is it that you find out? Unless somebody dies in the end, then you know what happened to him. Well, how many movies do you see where, like, it just goes on forever with the whole story of everybody's life? That's just not the way movies are, you know? It's like a soap opera. Just goes on forever. First of all, the movie was 3.5 hours to begin with, which is like a lifetime. That was more than long enough, and it was great. All the acting, even Tommy Cruise. Now, did you see it or not? Can't figure this out.
I did not.
Well, why not?
I don't know about that.
Well, you just don't have the patience. You'd fall asleep about midway, before the frogs started falling out of the sky.
Isn't it somewhat a musical? Am I right about that?
No, there's a musical because there's some Amy Mann songs in the movie. It's not a musical.
It doesn't really look like my.
No, it's not a musical. It's the furthest thing from it. Are you kidding me? It's the story of a whole bunch of people related to each other, or at least most of them are, and their trials and travails and problems and bizarre stuff going on and druggies and it's a panic, man.
All right, I tell you what. I watched that. You watch City of God.
You're not going to watch Magnolia.
I'll
no
watch
chance.
Magnolia if you watch City of God.
Well, when you have finished watching Magnolia, then I'll watch City of God from beginning to end.
Is that what it takes?
Yes.
All right, I'll get it done.
And if you don't like and where are you going to get it? Do you have it? George has got it.
I don't have. Well, if he has it, I'll get it from him.
Yeah, get it from George. Because God forbid you should actually go out and spend the money to rent it or buy it or steal it or something like that.
Well, that ain't happening.
I mean, anybody who doesn't like Magnolia doesn't like movies. I don't care what anybody says. It's just a brilliant movie. I mean, Jason Robards and Tommy Cruise and Philip Seymour Hoffman Schwartz and all of these fantastic people in there, they're all great.
That's 3.5 hours?
Well, it's 3 hours and something.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it goes.
Hey, I've seen.
It's not one of those that drags on and on. It's not one of those where there's like what you complained about network, and I do understand there are parts of it that are like ponderous. There's nothing ponderous in Magnolia. Every scene is captivating. The acting is spectacular, and it's just great.
All right, I can do it.
And then when you say it's a musical,
well, see, that's what I thought it was. I don't know.
Where did you get that?
I have no idea. I just,
Oh, I see. Because Amy Mann sings some songs. Like this one.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
It's not like she's singing it on camera, don't you understand? Like every movie, even The Godfather's got its music. In fact, the music is a big part of it. Would you agree with that?
Of course.
Well, there you go. Anyway, get a hold of that and watch it. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't like it, your mama. That's all. But Cliff says, I owe him one, so therefore I must watch City of...
God!
Okay, well, you let me know when you're through with Magnolia.
All right.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Your buddy Mo was in the holiday spirit yesterday taking shots at you again.
Yeah. And?
He was doing a trivia question. He said, well, since we have nothing to give away at the station, why don't we just give away the Stale Rogers show?
Yeah, and?
He's an idiot.
Well, I know. So let me ask you something. Do I already know that? Yes?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, get some material, will you, please? You're like a bunch of little children, man. Well, Mo said this, and this one said that, and Tommy said this, and Sally did that. And you're like a bunch of overgrown kids from kindergarten, okay? Get your pails and shovels and spoons out, okay? God almighty.
I want my cigarettes, Nurse Ratchet.
Too bad he died, by the way. He's a good actor. Oh, and there's another guy, the Moonface guy from Cuckoo's Nest died over the weekend. I can't think of what his name was.
Oh, and by the way, I have no idea who Tracy Nelson is. But I looked at her picture, and she kind of scares me.
She what?
She kind of scares me.
She scares you? Well, it must be a bad picture. She's not bad looking.
Yeah, you might want to look again.
She was on there last night. I don't need to look again. It must be a bad picture, okay? She's a fine-looking young lady. There's nothing wrong with Tracy Nelson. In fact, that whole family, man, they got the parents were both good-looking, and the kids are all good-looking, too. Although the twins are starting to get really long in the nose and long in the tooth. But nevertheless, grow the hair back, guys. Cover up your face. WQAM, hello.
Hey, you're a racist scumbag, and your show sucks.
567-0560, pound 560 in the Verizon. Too bad we haven't heard from a lot more of those Julios lately with their Ventum, for the holidays. Hope you're having a good time sitting around the old Hanukkah bush. WQAM, hello. QAM?
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, George?
Hurricane here.
The thing with City of God is that the filming and the acting is so right on that after a while you don't even feel like you're watching a movie. You feel like you're actually there
Really?
going through the situation.
Huh. I must be missing something because I could just that first 20 minutes did it for me.
It's well done. It's well done.
Mm-hmm. I like mine more like medium well.
Medium rare. Hey, I thought it was incredible. Incredible.
Racist bastard. 12 minutes. 12 minutes after. I told you they're going to be good this week, didn't I? I told you. You won't listen to me.
Oh, you
I know
said
my
it.
crap, man. I can smell it. That's coming right from the phone. That aroma smells like spam. Maybe that's on my computer. I'll tell you one thing. With my new computer, I don't even have to use the Firefox. Because even with Internet Explorer, I don't have... I must be the Windows XP. Do you think that's it?
No, just wait.
No, I don't get any pop-ups. I don't get anything.
What do you have, like...
My Alexa pop-up blocker is doing such a good job. You think that's it?
That, and maybe like you got like an ad-aware blocker, all that stuff. Because
Huh?
Internet Explorer could work for you if you have all that stuff.
Yeah, I do have it. I don't lie. I hate Explorer, and I do like Firefox, but I don't like the fact that it's not compatible with my Alexa toolbar, so I can send you all those 80 million stories much faster. Now, you probably would rather that I go to Firefox, and it would take that much longer to send them, so I wouldn't send so many stories. But you'll notice, during these holidays, I'm not sending all those zillion stories, because unlike George, I have a little bit of pity, a little Rahmanis, like the Chinese say.
Yes, you do. And I'm thinking maybe like for the new year, it's just going to be one big holiday that year, 2006.
What does that mean? Oh, the whole year?
Yeah, like, 10, 15 stories a night. That's what I'm thinking.
That's plenty. Hey, listen, we're not running a newspaper here. I mean, if we had thousands of people reading the stuff on there every day, that would be one thing. But the most we ever get, I think the most we ever had was like 700 and something on any story that we put on there. And usually it's like 200, 300 or 400, which isn't bad. But it's not like there's thousands of people going on there to read our stuff. So we'll do the best we can. The price is right.
Don't tell George that.
All these pushy people. Yeah, but tell him. He's the one that's like getting out of control. And that's just because he's trying to be conscientious. He's trying to do a great job. He really reads those stories. He wants to, put his best foot forward. Plus, he sees everybody else getting blown out. So he figures, better watch it. 11:14 at QAM. Hey, all you horse racing fans and poker players, Pompano Park Racing and Poker is your location to celebrate New Year's Eve. How about a 4-course dinner at the Top of the Park restaurant, plus champagne and party favors at midnight? Also, there's going to be music and dancing all night long, even after midnight. Or maybe play poker till the stroke of midnight and celebrate with a free champagne toast. Don't forget Pompano Park also features the world's only Midnight Mile. The last race starts in 2005, ends in 2006, and if Donald Brainerd's in the race, he'll be ending in 2007. And wait a minute, look what's back at Pompano Park. It's everybody's favorite. It's a free spaghetti dinner night on Monday, January the 2nd. That's this coming Monday. That is correct. Just purchase a Pompano Park program for Monday, January 2, and get a free spaghetti dinner coupon for Monday night on the 4th floor. Pompano Park features free admission and free general parking every day. Live harness racing in the poker room open every Monday, Wednesday, like today, Friday, and Saturday. Poker starts at noon in just 45 minutes, and live racing gets underway nightly at 7:25. And every Monday night, there's a 2 for $25 dinner special in the Top of the Park restaurant on the 6th floor. And every Wednesday, like today, is dollar night for draft beer, soda, hot dogs, and lots more. Pompano Park, as always, is open every day, 7 days and nights a week, for the best in harness thoroughbred highlight action from all across North America for you to watch and plunge your guts on. Pompano Park, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. For the new racing schedule, go on the web at pompanopark.com or call 954-972-2000. Don't forget, the poker room opens at noon today. Racing tonight, live racing, 7:25 and a p.m.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
All right.
On the next Jerry Springer.
Welcome to the show, Vice President Cheney. This was you just a year ago.
He is exactly the leader we need for these times, and we need him for 4 more years.
How did George get reelected anyhow?
Got his job because he's charming, sexy, good-looking, and has great hair.
You and George are feuding. How come?
The president lied to the American people.
And the thing about the WMDs?
It is a lie.
When's the last time GW lied?
Just this morning.
And you said you can't even understand the man because he stutters so bad.
At the the very least, we have a right to know what he is saying.
Dick, I got a surprise for you. This is what GW said about you backstage.
I admitted that Dick Cheney's an ass.
Oh, here's George now.
Dick Cheney's
Bash and a faithful Muslim. It is a lie.
On the next Jerry Springer.
20 past 11 at 560 WQAM. Happy Wednesday, December 28th. Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, Happy Chanukah. All of these things.
All of these things.
Right. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular wireless lines. I think around noon maybe I'll put that other poll up there. I don't think there's a whole lot to add, but we'll see. I always think that, and then they come up with all this other crap.
Yeah, there's always something to add.
WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, I am.
Happy Hanukkah.
Back to you. Happy Chanukah.
I got the scoop on the Nelsons if you're still interested.
Okay.
Tracy was an actress. I don't know if she still is. Tracy Nelson.
She still is.
Okay. The Father Dowling Mysteries, I think, was the series that she was in.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The twins, you remember, Gunnar and Matthew, had that great record that you used to play all the time.
Right. That is correct.
And the youngest...
Did you see the show last night?
No, I didn't. You know what?
Well, they shaved their hair, or they cut it real short, and they both got real ugly. But anyway.
Okay, and Sam, I think, was the youngest one. But
yes.
this story about Tracy, which I think I saw on an A&E bio about Ricky, when Ricky and Chris got married, Tracy was already in production, so to speak, which was shocking back then. So Ozzy and Tom Harmon made arrangements with the hospital to make the announcement that Tracy was born prematurely. And they went to such extremes that they actually had her placed in an incubator to show to the world that, yes, she was actually premature, which she was not. So that's the scoop on Tracy. I think she also had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma at one point.
Yes, she did. She had. She told a story about how just before the plane crash, her dad told her that she was dreaming.
Right, yeah.
She had these dreams that he kept warning her about. She had some disease and whatever, and then she finally went for a checkup, and she had Hodgkin's, but it's all gone now.
Right, okay, good.
Because they got it early.
Shameless request from way, way back when, because I'm a very long-time listener, and I don't know if you still have this. I think it was called the Glen Hill School of Broadcasting from the Zeta days.
Wow.
When the bird was reading the news or attempting to.
Oh, it's called the Bird School of Broadcasting.
Oh, okay. If you could dig that out, that would be great.
Let me see if I have that. Bird School. No, it's not in here, but I think I have it on a disc. I'll find it for you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Have a happy.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The Bird School of Broadcasting. Don't let me forget about that, okay? It's on a disc. It's for the birds.
Okay.
567-0560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular wireless line. I don't think there's anything we have to in there either. Joyce. Hey, Joyce, for the new year, we're going to be playing a lot of fart sounds. WQAM, hello.
Yes, hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Is this Neil?
Sounds like me.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? This is Julio from Hialeah.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually trying to be a little intelligent here, try to represent Hialeah in an intelligent manner, because I know it doesn't happen.
Well, you don't want to get too carried away now, not for Hialeah.
Yeah, anyway, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get out of there soon, actually.
Please.
And anyway, man, did you see that Tony Dungy, or did you hear that Tony Dungy press conference by any chance? Or?
No. The one about his dead kid? No.
Bro, he says something about his son wanted to choose God by committing whatever he did. And in the Bible, they're going to say that if you commit suicide, you're going to go down below.
Right.
So he's trying to contradict the Bible there. I mean, that's a bad thing, don't you think?
It's all such a bunch of crap anyway. You know, it's just why can't we just accept the fact that when you're dead, you're dead? You know, except with all this other mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, because we're just like animals, just evolutionized. You know, but people want to think
just like a butterfly, baby, or just like a mosquito. You go like that. That's the end of that thing.
Yeah, a lot of fairy tales.
Unless, of course, they're in mosquito heaven now.
Yeah, man. You know, who knows? Maybe
I hear it bites up there.
Maybe Jesus made an exception for Dungy since he's such a high profile. You know, he's got the money.
Could be. Maybe Jesus has a big bet on the Super Bowl this year. You never know.
Hey, man, you should have seen me in Halloween 2 years ago. I dressed up as Jesus. It was great. Drinking wine, just chilling out, doing miracles.
Hope you had the right sandals on, man. Hope you had those Birkenstocks.
Yeah, I had the long hair and everything, man. If you ever get to see a cool documentary, it's called Loose Change. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
No.
My friend showed it to me. He downloaded it on the computer.
Your friend showed it to you? Well,
and the documentary too, of course. But basically, man, it's a theory where, they're saying that they planted bombs in the World Trade Center. It's kind of far-fetched, but in a way, it shows the plane about to hit, and then you see it about to explode before the actual plane touches, and a lot of eyewitness accounts from firefighters saying they heard.
That's like the thing the guy called earlier in Plain Sight is the website. In plainsight.com, he said, I need to look at that, and they got that same kind of footage.
Cool, man. And then it shows like a diagram of the Pentagon, and then it shows like the pieces that were actually recovered, and they never recovered any real like air. It's real crazy, man.
They
really
never recovered any piece of any aircraft. That is correct.
It was like just they recovered
maybe it just
piece,
evaporated
like or something.
Yeah, maybe it evaporated.
Maybe Jesus came down and helped them out, gave them a hand. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe somebody from the Bush family, one or the other. Have a great day, Pally.
You too, buddy. Take
and
that out
Happy
if you
New
get a
Year.
chance, okay, man?
Okay, see ya.
Happy Sukkot. Later.
Okay. Happy Tisha B'Av. How do you like that? A happy Sukkot greeting from Hialeah, baby.
Incredible.
You bet. Yeah, all the mystery all the time. We'll never know the truth about any of these things because the government's lie and governments kill people. And, anybody out there who's naive enough to believe in their government, you're a crazy person, okay? I mean, after all the stuff that we've seen just even you punks out there in your lifetime, if you believe any of the garbage that they're feeding you, and especially through this media which they all have in their back pocket, forget about it. Forget about it. You're not going to get any trouble. I do have the Maureen Dowd column, by the way. Which she's wildly popular with our crowd. I'm sure that you'll be putting this up for tomorrow since I sent it to you this morning. But I'll read it now after the break. Vice axes that 70s show. Speaking of Ashton Kutcher Koo, that is such a bad show. And that little beaner queener that's on there, too. What's his name? Its name?
Fez.
Fez?
Yes.
Oh, maybe he's akin to the Fez that was on a Ron and Ron show. We can only pray. Anyway, so I got Maureen Dowd's column, so you don't have to, pay to read it. See, I'm just not all that big into it. Having to pay to read, it's like having to pay to look at Phil Hendry's website. It's ridiculous.
Are you
sure? I'm positive.
I'll just use other people's passwords.
Huh?
I said I'll just use other people's passwords.
There you go. That's always a good idea. 26 past 11 at QM. We got no Mo today. I'm sure that a lot of people are really upset about that, so they can come on and talk about the Stale Rogers show and all the other very timely stuff. And rehash the same ball games 4,000 times. Anyway, 27 past 11.
This is
Curtis
Neil
and Troy
Rogers.
from Mole and the Mad Dog.
This is 560 QAM.
Homo.
Jesus land, Christian park, where you won't go to hell when you die.
All right.
Jesus land, Christian park, where ignorance and hatred thrive.
Absolutely.
Ride the holy roller around. The only roller coaster that never goes down. Try the Armageddon where the hand of God reaches through the clouds to rip all your clothes off. Bang, 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 shoot the bright killing Jews. Bang, 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 abortion doctors too. She can make you dog for fun to eat while getting fondled by a cartoon character grease.
Our Father that art us bread, help us answer all voices in our head. We got our Nikes on, we're waving our snakes for Armageddon. When you come, please take us away.
March, march in a bush Nazi parade. Cool off with a goofy great Guyana Kool-Aid. Ignorant freaks who want to get their dicks. Wait with the fun and fundamentalists. Pray to the Lord to forgive you with your choice of fleshly appointed views. Head on down to the revival show. The story of Billy, heroin, crank and blow. Jesus land, Christian park, where you won't go to hell when you die. Jesus land, Christian park, where ignorance and hatred thrive.
11:32. Hallelujah, baby. Happy holidays to all you Getchkis out there, all you people living in the Stone Age. Maureen Dowd says, Vice axes that 70s show. She says, we start the new year with the same old fear. Dick Cheney. The vice president who believes in unwarranted, unlimited snooping is so pathologically secretive that if you use Google Earth's database to see his official residence, the view is scrambled and obscured. You can see satellite photos of the White House, the Pentagon, and the Capitol, but not the Lord of the Underworld's lair. Vice is literally a shadow president. He's obsessive about privacy, but unfortunately, only his own. Google Earth users alerted the Times to this latest bit of Cheney concealment after a front-page story last week about the international fears inspired by free Google software that features detailed displays of things like government and military sites around the world. For a brief period, they reported, photos of the White House and adjacent buildings that the U.S. Geological Survey provided to Google Earth showed up with certain details obscured. So Google replaced those images with unaltered photographs taken by a private company. Even though the story didn't mention the Cheney residence, and even though it's not near the White House, the Times ran a clarifying correction yesterday that said the view of the vice president's residence in Washington remains obscured. fitting since Vice has turned America into a camera obscura, a dark chamber with a lens that turns things upside down. Guys argue that women tend to stew and hold grudges more, sometimes popping up to blow the whistle on one man's bad behavior years later, like a missile out of the night, as Alan Simpson said of Anita Hill. Yet look at Cheney and Rummy. Their steroid-infused power grabs stem from their years stewing at the Ford White House, a time when they felt emasculated because they were stripped of prerogatives. Rummy, a Ford chief of staff who became defense secretary, and his protege Cheney, who succeeded him as chief of staff, felt diminished by the post-Watergate laws and reforms that reduced the executive branch's ability to be secretive and unilateral, tilting power back toward Congress. The 70s were also a heady period for the press, which reached the zenith of its power when it swayed public opinion on Vietnam and exposed Watergate. Reporters got greater information to government secrets with a stronger Freedom of Information Act. Chen Rummy thought the press was running amok, that leaks should be plugged, and that Congress was snatching power that rightfully belonged to the White House. So these two crusty pals spent 30 years dreaming of inflating the deflated presidential muscularity. Cheney christened himself vice president and brought in Rummy for the most ridiculously pumped-up presidency ever. All this was fine with W, whose family motto is, "We know best, trust us." The two regions turned back the clock to the Nixon era, bringing back presidential excesses like wiretapping along with presidential power. As Attorney General, John Ashcroft clamped down on the Freedom of Information Act. For 2 years, the Pentagon has been sitting on a request from the Times' Jeff Gerth to cough up a secret 500-page document prepared by Halliburton on what to do with Iraq's oil industry, a plan it wrote several months before the invasion of Iraq and before it got a no-bid contract to implement the plan and overbill the U.S. Very convenient. Defending warrantless wiretapping last week, the Vice President spoke of his distaste for the erosion of presidential authority in the wake of Watergate and Vietnam. I do believe that, especially in the day and age we live in, the nature of the threats we face, it was true during the Cold War as well, I think is what is true now. The President of the U.S. needs to have his constitutional powers unimpaired, if you will, in terms of the conduct of national security policy, he intoned. Translation, back off, Congress and the press. Checks, balances, warrants, civil liberties, they're also 20th century. Historians must now regard the light transitional tenure of Gerald Ford as the petri dish of this darkly transformational presidency. Consider this. When Vice President Nelson Rockefeller, supported by President Ford, pushed a plan to have the government help develop alternative sources of energy and reduce our dependence on oil in Saudi Arabia, guess who helped scotch it? Dick Cheney. Then and now, the man is a menace. Amen. Nice going, Marie. You go, girl. I see, I bet you that everybody was sitting on the edge of their seats, hanging on every word, don't you think?
I know I was.
Especially since I read it so well that time, because I'm not in the bag today. Coming out of my fog, out of that coma. Although it is a little foggy on the outside. Although a little on the toasty side for this time of the year, you know. Let me just check what the temperature is right now as I speak. It's +3. That's 37 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not
that
bad.
ain't no bang.
That ain't no thing at all. There's no snow. There's not one flake. Well, there's a few flakes running around downtown, some with guns, but there's not one flake on the ground. And for the December 28th, that's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, very.
All this crap about these idiots who want a white Christmas, what is that all about? Can you explain that to me? It's pretty stupid, isn't it?
Well, maybe they just like the snow.
I'm just one of those people that if I never see snow again, it's fine with me. I had enough of it as a child. In the last couple of winters, we've had plenty. And a little bit this year. Just enough. I think enough already. Who is today's most overrated celebrity is our poll question today on neilrogers.com, our very intellectual website. We got 1,489 votes. I think when we get to 1,500, we switch it over to the one for tomorrow. What do you think? Because Eric's already got it up there for me.
Sounds
nice
pretty
going,
good.
Eric. Thanks a lot, Eric, and enjoy those sandwiches. What?
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, when we get to 1,500, which will be any second, then we'll make the big swish. Today's most overrated celebrity. So I guess this will be the last time I read this, and then when we get to, we'll just switch it. Paris Hilton, 564. 38% all the votes in Paris. Dr. Phil, 110. He's the only other one in triple digits. Howard Sperm, 93. But we're going to spend $13 a month to hear Howard and Robin. And anything else, Robin? Now, is she going with him, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah.
Assume,
the whole staff.
Right. Baba Booey?
Baba Booey. Who else? Fred.
I don't know who that is.
He's, I don't know what he does anymore.
Evidently, you listened more than I did when we had that show on.
Well, I mean, I know who's on the show. I've seen the E! Show. Artie is the comedian, so to speak.
I thought he was off the Artie the Joke Man? Is that Jackie the Joke
Jackie
Man?
the Joke Man's off.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, Howard Stern, 93. Donald Trump, 78. Oprah, 66. Tommy Cruise, 41. Tommy!
You fairy.
I got to see that South Park. In fact, I got to leave right now so I can go and find where I can see it. Kevin Federline, 39. Jessica Simpson, 39. J-Lo, 32. Man, is she bad or what? With a big fat ass. Victoria Gotti, 29. Martha Stewart, 26. Ashley Simpson, 23. Ashton Coochie, 23, who used to look pretty good, not no mo. Sarah Jessica Parker, 23. Nancy Grace, 22. Don Imus, 21. Adam Sandler, 19. Katie Couric, 19. Anna Nicole Smith, 16. Bono's got 16. Smart ass. Ryan Seacrest, 13. Maybe he could be the new Pope, Bono. What do you think? He'd look good with them little red slippers on. The Olsen twins, 13. Melissa Rivers, 12. Carson Daly, 11. Nicole Richie, 11. Ben Affleck, 11. Jennifer Aniston still got 10. Oh, boy, that's criminal. Claes Aiken-Anis, 9. Jay Leno, 9. Carrot Top, 9. Tori Spelling, 9. Bill Maher, 9. Simon Cowell, 8. Tom Hanks, 8. Barbara Streisand, 7. Lindsay Lohan, 7. Tara Reid, 7. Greg Reed, none. Still none. No votes for Greg. Hilary Duff, 6. Matt LeBlanc, 4. That maid is whistling in the hallway again. I hate when they start doing that. Whistling real loud in the hallway. You're whistling Dixie, honey. We're going to get you deported. The Rock, 4. How about those Christian wrestlers? How many they got? Ray Romano, 3. Jimmy Kimmel, 3. Joan Rivers, 3. Tom Bergeron, 2. Dakota Fanning, 2. And Paula Zahns only got 1. She's a bubblehead out of 1,490 votes. Solamente uno for Paula. Well, Paula, remember those days after 9/11? You probably don't. What the hell was that? Weapons Inspector Richard, that British guy with a real heavy affected, Richard, I can't think of his name. And they had him on every day on CNN. Well, Paula. I mean, he was okay. He was telling the truth, but he was just obnoxious and disgusting. We don't like people who tell the truth unless they're exciting and got some possession. Like Michael Moore. There's a guy. We like Michael because he's a big fat guy, and he tells it like it is. And he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you anti-Michael Moore people out there, you know, when you got to catch on, the whole rest of the world is on you. Do a little traveling and find out what the world thinks of the Bush Nazi regime, man, okay? You'll run for the hills when you find out. And by the way, don't wear no American gear when you do it.
This is Neil Rogers.
Say, how's it going, eh?
This is 560 QAM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the rejoin?
Yeah.
No rules, just right?
I guess so.
That was the freaking rejoin?
That's it.
Oh, my God. You understand the Gestapo keeps track of everyone.
Out of control, Clarence. Out of control, out of line, out of your mind. Clarence, you idiot.
Don't like all the Harper. Every time I see that retarded dimwit on my TV. He's President Trump, Republican muscled in. Why did you want this? Lips drumming, stupid heat.
Abu Ghraib Red.
Mindless, drunk, and rich kid. He's even dumber than me.
Absolutely.
He's President Trump. You don't care what it took. You got him in by hook or crook. The Christian right knows what's best for you and I, but have no fear. We've got a great leader here with President Trump.
I see a lot of similarities between the U.S. government and the leadership of QAM. We got a great leader here, man. Like that. 11:45. Thanks to the entire staff, by the way, for the fabulous job they've done. That's what you should have said, Greg, if you had any class, any cojones, any decency. You know, you should have, kissed everybody's ass and said, thank you so much, and I'm going to, whatever. But no. I did it my way. Oh, man. All the ego all the time. See, I've always said if you're going to have a big fat ego, you ought to have, something to back it up with, like talent, you know? As opposed to making, blunder after blunder after, mistake after mistake. But nevertheless, we got one vote on the new poll. It's mine. Oh, what? What's wrong with that? Well, nobody else knew it was up there.
Well,
now
what
we
you
got
vote for?
Now we got some votes. I voted for slots. What event of 2005 was the most significant to you? Here's what I got on here so far. Hurricane Wilma's got 2 votes, which I can easily understand that. Slots get okayed in Broward, 1. That's my vote. Republican scandal/indictments, 1. And then the other choices, the Terry Schiavo
Cube
debate. Hope Paul John the Tooth dies, although it was great the way they had him on that slab, schlepping him around like a piece of meat. That was pathetic. Iraq elections, I had no sex life, I got laid a lot, or Hurricane Katrina. Those are your choices. Okay? Now, in Josh's case, I got laid a lot, probably will be the choice du jour.
You're probably right.
Right. Well, congratulations. Hurricane Wilma's got 3. We got 5 votes in there already on the new poll, and of course we're still open to auditions for it if there are any major events I left out. I can't think of any. Can you?
No, but
because I mean the tsunami was last December, was 2004.
A year ago.
Right. Did I put the earthquakes in? Maybe I left that off. Earthquakes in. No, they don't care about that. I'm not even going to put it. Nobody cares about that. Let's face it.
Yeah, significant to them. I mean, you know.
I mean, if we took that poll here, we'd get a lot of votes because everybody from Pakistan and India is here. But how many Pakis you got in South Florida?
About 30, man.
That's why there's so few cab drivers. 5670560, pound 560. And I can't stop thinking about those 2 Getskis, the Orthodox Jews at the airport in Schiphol the other day in Amsterdam. Oh, brother.
That's great.
You see them all the time, but it's just, I can't deal with it. I'm thinking to myself, what'd you think when you got up this morning and put all this crap on? And those silly hats, you know? The whole world. That's why I keep telling you, folks, just relax, okay? Just enjoy your life, do the best you can, and don't get all, it'll drive you crazy. You're like Joan Rivers, like her husband, you'll blow your brains out. And, of course, if you were married to her, you'd probably want to blow your brains out anyway, right? What, that was his name, Edgar? I don't remember what it was, but, who the hell wouldn't? Getting nagged. Can you imagine the nagging that went on in that household? Oh, God.
Yeah.
I say all nagging women will be shot in 2006. I'm just guessing. Especially with that new Florida law now, the nagging law. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi. I didn't know I was on the air.
That sounds just like you.
Hey, you know what? People never talk about the dividend tax breaks that are given to the rich people.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't seem to understand what's going on.
Well, you know what? We don't care. 5670560. It's the middle of the holiday season, and this guy wants to start an intellect. Call up Al Franken and talk about it. I don't care about the dividend. I mean, all the tax breaks they're given to the rich people, that's what it's all about. They're taking from the poor. This is Robin Hood in reverse, this bunch of Nazis you got in there now, and the public is back like that. Oh, yeah, I think the war's going a little better now, and they had those elections. Right. What are we going to do about it, huh? Sit here and whine and cry and belly. Oh, and by the way, for the lady that called who was very nice before, I'm sorry I can't play the Bird School Broadcasting because I don't have it. It was on a disc from 100 years ago that I don't have. I'm surprised it's not in here, though. Aren't you?
Very.
No, you're not. You don't even know what that bit is. I do have. I have that.
They call him Hang on.
back from the Zeta days. Jim Schuyler did some good stuff for us, then he kind of like vanished into radio heaven or hell, as the case may be. He's still around somewhere, I'm sure. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Mark March 1st on your calendar. Now, what day of the year is that going to be? What day of the week? What day of the century?
March 1st?
Yeah. Do we have a 2006?
No, otherwise I would tell you.
I do in the other room, though. So during the break, I'll go and find out what day, because it would be really bad if it turned out it was like on a weekend or something like that. Because I'm not coming in on a Saturday to do an anniversary show. I know that breaks your heart. I mean, you probably aren't either. Although you probably would if you could put it on that timesheet along with it. Now, you go to the Bruins-Panther game tonight, put some hours on the timesheet?
I probably will be, yes.
Now, what do you mean probably will be? In other words, I don't understand how this works. You go when you feel like it? Is that the deal? If
No.
the mood strikes you?
Well, see, I go with someone else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's just an hours thing for me. So, but yeah, I will be going tonight.
So, in other words, you just hang out there for an hour, you put it on your timesheet.
I hang out there for 2 hours.
Huh?
I hang out there for 2 hours.
No, you just said for an hour, so you put in for 2 hours, but you're only there for an hour.
No.
You hear that, Clarence? He puts down for 2 hours on the timesheet.
I'm there,
but he's only hanging out for an hour.
5 to 7.
Yeah, my ass. At any rate, so Josh will be there doing what? Giving away tickets?
Just come on by the little bar there and
when Hank has lunch with Alan Cohen, be sure and tell Alan give away at least 50,000 tickets for every game. That way they might get like 10,000 people show up. It's hopeless. They're playing pretty good though right now. Though if we love the Panthers, yeah, etc. Thank God the Leafs beat Pittsburgh last night. Had to go to overtime. That was traumatic, but nevertheless, 12 points ahead of the Panthers for that 8th and final playoff spot. That would be kind of embarrassing if Leafs don't make the playoffs, and if like the Panthers would pull it together. Still a long way to go. And thanks again, Gary Bettman, for that stupid 2-week break for the Olympics. You idiot, you quisling.
You fairy.
WQAM, hello.
We got tired of starting off.
WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
I think what is historically significant about the year 2005, year of our Lord, is that deal that Howard cut with that satellite outfit. The reason being is, for one thing, that he's going to bankrupt them. There's no way they can pay him $100 million a year. They're just putting it out there that that's what they're paying them.
Yeah.
But another thing, that Condoleezza Rice creature was on the
Condoleezza, yeah.
She was on the TV. She must have gotten beaten by an ugly stick because
she always looks like she's just gotten beaten and bruised and battered. Yeah, she always has that look.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But Neil,
okay, listen. Have a happy New Year. In the year of our Lord. 5670560. The Stern deal, though. I don't know, because that's not going to really happen until January of this coming year. He signed the deal this last year. Do we want to put that on there or not? Well, actually, I think he signed the deal last year, right? 2004.
Yeah.
Because he was still on this station. In fact, that's right around the time it happened. Right after we put him on the air, he starts promoting the fact that he's leaving terrestrial radio and he's going to like a satellite. That's what got Infinity all bent out of shape. And of course, we, our license is like on hanging by a sausage. Speaking of license, how's that thing coming, Clarence? See, one good thing about Clarence, he may not know much, but at least he's consistent. No matter what you ask him, he gives you like the same answer. Kind of like Greg Reed. Hey, Greg, what time is it? Yeah, like that. Always the same answer. So there's something to be said for consistency. Now, how's this thing coming on our new poll that we got up here? And I'm sure we'll have some really heavy... I don't think so. I don't think a whole lot happened this last year. I could be wrong. Hurricanes and natural disasters, global warming induced, of course, but we don't want to say that, and political scandal. 2005, what was the most significant to you? Not necessarily of the year, but to you. Keep it personal. 56, as in Q, 56. Don't you like that?
Oh, yeah.
56 votes. How appropriate. Of course, that won't stay that way, although we could freeze it. Hurricane Wilma, 18. Republican scandals and indictments, 14. I had no sex life, 9. Hurricane Katrina, 9. Slots get okayed in Broward, 3. Solamente Trace. And I'm sure Dan Atkins was 1. I was 1. And Dick Feinberg, the other one. I get laid a lot, too. I got laid a lot, too. That was Josh and somebody else. Maybe it was whoever. Maybe it was your girlfriend.
Which one?
The one that got laid a lot. Terry Schiavo, tube debate, 1. About the nice go, by the way, fat-ass Governor Bush, and nice go, El Presidente in Congress, rushing back to Washington to vote on something so important as Terry Ender. That showed you where the real thing is all about. the embryo huggers, the fetus huggers, the religious fanatics, the nutcases. Pope John Paul II thighs and the Iraq elections so far have got the big.
Oh!
I'll be danged.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
In theaters now, from the director of Memoirs of a Geisha.
The very word geisha means artist.
It's memoirs of a drunk geisha, a blind ninja, and a lactose-intolerant sumo wrestler.
Do you want a piece of me?
Memoirs of a drunk geisha, a blind ninja, and a lactose-intolerant sumo wrestler.
And to be a geisha is to be judged as a moving work of art.
Oh, that good one.
That was just a raspberry, by the way. Now, don't get all panicky like you did yesterday.
Well, I did it again.
No, that was an explosion. That wasn't what you thought.
All right, rewind it.
Rewind it?
In theaters
What a
now,
maniac.
from the director of Memoirs of a Geisha.
The very word geisha means artist.
It's memoirs of a drunk geisha, a blind ninja, and a lactose-intolerant sumo wrestler.
Do you want a piece of me?
Memoirs of a drunk geisha, a blind ninja, and a lactose-intolerant sumo wrestler.
And to be a geisha is to be judged as a moving work of art.
Oh, that good one.
See, it was just a squish, that's all.
You're right. My bad.
It was like if you squeezed a zit and it went like that. Or like we got that, where the hell is it? I'll find it, like that. Like that. In fact, that's almost exactly what that was. You're getting joiced, man. For a guy that put a thing on at the end of the show yesterday, which I want to make sure the audience understands I had nothing to do with.
Hey, that was a real call.
Well, guess what? That may have been a real call or whatever, but the fact of the matter was I didn't hear it. I don't even know what it was.
Me neither. I think Robert Grieper played it.
Beats me. Yeah, Robert Grieper is the one that put that filth on the air, and of course that was the Mo show. Yeah, as opposed to this clean family type show that we run. Anyway, defense lawyers in some of the country's biggest terrorism cases say they plan to bring legal challenges to determine whether the National Security Agency used illegal wiretaps against several dozen Muslim men tied to Al-Qaeda. The lawyer said in interviews that they wanted to learn whether the men were monitored by the agency, and if so, whether the government withheld critical information or misled judges and defense lawyers about how and why the men were singled out. They expected legal challenges in cases from Florida, Ohio, Oregon, and Virginia add another dimension of the growing controversy over the agency's domestic surveillance program and could jeopardize some of the Bush administration's most important courtroom victories in terror cases, legal analysts be saying. The question of whether the NSA program was used in criminal prosecutions and whether it was improperly influenced them raises fascinating and difficult questions, said Carl Tobias, a law professor at the University of Richmond who studied terrorism prosecutions, etc., and so on. And a little follow-up to yesterday's story. It made the news big time. Jeff Reardon, you saw it, I'm sure.
I did.
Four-time Major League Baseball All-Star Jeff Reardon handed a jewelry store worker to Palm Beach Gardens Mall a note that said, "Give money and jewelry or risk being shot," police said. He ran off with a bag of money Monday morning, but an officer stopped him near the mall. Police said he offered an officer an explanation. "I'm taking medication and I'm sorry for what happened," according to a police report. He's taking medication like Rush. Hey, Rush, can you hear me or what? Reardon, 50, of Palm Beach Gardens, was arrested on an armed robbery charge for allegedly holding up Hamilton Jewelers at the Gardens Mall on PGA Boulevard. The pitcher, once known as the Terminator, who helped the Minnesota Twins win the '87 World Series, didn't have a gun but was caught with $170 they took from the store, the police said. His family didn't need the money, said his wife of 28 years, Phoebe. His career earnings are estimated at about $11.5 million, according to BaseballReference.com. This wasn't characteristic of him. He's never been arrested or stolen anything, his wife said. We're presuming it's the medication he's on that precipitated this. How do you like that? It was a psychotic episode, she said. He's been on antidepressant medication after his 20-year-old son's 2004 drug overdose death and was taking other medication following a heart angioplasty last week, his wife said. Phoebe Reardon said her husband told her after the arrest he didn't even remember what happened at the mall. How do you like that? I say give him a little, cut a little slack, right? He only made $11.5 million.
Yeah.
He's a little confused. The kid committed suicide, the drug overdose anyway. Probably watched that Joan Rivers thing on Larry King, that suicide show. Oh, man. Enough to make you blow somebody's brains out. Especially at QAM. So many candidates. 5670560. Pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. I don't think we're going to get any additions to our poll about the... Although, maybe somebody out there got married or got divorced during 2005. Maybe that was the most significant event. Maybe they had a kid, or maybe they had like triplets or quadruplets. Huh? Maybe somebody had an abortion. That was significant. And, of course, if so, we'll come to your house and roll you away, but nevertheless. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil. Happy New Year.
Back to you.
What is going on up in Toronto with this violence? Yeah,
well, they're trying to catch up to America, man.
Well, I saw on the internet today that the Prime Minister is saying that it's because the United States' lax gun laws that they're coming over the border left and right.
That is correct. The guns are pouring across the border here. You're correct about that.
Well, it's a shame. I mean, I know how much you love Toronto. I know people who have gone up there. It's just it's a shame.
Well, it used to be a really civilized place, and still the statistics, I mean, compared to U.S. Big cities, it's still not even in the ballpark. We're still way better than that. But nevertheless, it's pretty. We've had a rash of this crap, and the overwhelming majority. There's been 78 people murdered this year in Toronto, and 52 with guns.
Right. There's an article in today's Sun Sentinel. I've seen a few things on the web.
Yeah.
You don't think that, changing subjects, and I'll let you go, you don't think that Hank's having lunch today with Alan Cohen, Alan Cohen's going to beg him to tell you to lay low on the Panthers, do you?
No. No.
All right, Zyka said, have a good New Year.
And back to you.
Bye-bye.
I don't know what that means. I mean, first of all, I never met Alan Cohen in my life. Secondly, any of these owners know that I'm going to say whatever the hell I want. And thirdly, what Hank knows about hockey or the Panthers, you put in a thimble and have room for a gigantic Reuben sandwich left over. I just don't understand that. But and we'll find out tomorrow, won't we? Don't let me forget to ask the Humper tomorrow about his big lunch with Alan Cohen, the owner of the Panthers.
Okay.
And at least he might find out something, as opposed to here at QAM where we can't find out anything. And the audience is probably saying, well, what is it that's going on? I don't know. We have no idea. Something's going on. Something stinks real bad. Like spoiled rotten fish all over the building. That's the report I'm getting. Even Clarence admitted that this morning. Clarence, by the way, is going to be really good in sales, you know what? When you think if he drives up to your establishment in his Jaguar, flashing his $10,000 Rolex watch.
I'll take one, by the way.
Yeah. Josh Cordes says he'll take a Rolex. We got 100 votes even on the new poll. That's not bad. It's been up there about 25 minutes. That's not too bad. Not great, but then again, it's the 20th of December. What do we expect, right? Not too much. We're getting a phenomenal response on the website even before the show started, and I have no idea. What is it that we put on there that got such a response?
Maybe the Satan article.
No, I'm not talking about the articles. I'm just talking about in terms of people going to the website. I don't get it. Not that I'm complaining, by the way. Eric loves it. Eric is making at least 30 cents today, maybe 40.
About 30, man.
Don't get carried away. About 30 cents off the website. What event of 2005 was the most significant to you? Republican scandals / indictments, 28. Hurricane Wilma, 26. Hurricane Katrina, 20. I had no sex life, 13. I got laid a lot, 6. Slots okayed in Broward, 5. Terry Schiavo and the debate on her cube, a pair. Pope John Paul II dies, and Iraq elections so far both have the big nothing, 0. Oh, man. You Catholics are going to burn in hell. The Holy Father. The Holy Father was carried around in that slab with those little sandals he was wearing, and you people have no Rachmanis, man. What's wrong with you? And then they put that new beady-eyed Nazi Pope in there. Oh, my goodness. Who's got even snappier red sandals than the old Pope. This one's a fashion plate. How can you say that about the Holy Father? Well, it's not a Holy Father. It's just an old guy in a dress with a silly hat on. Nice headgear, by the way. Isn't that something how these bishops and the cardinals, they all get together, and they blow a lot of smoke. And like 1 minute, he's just a guy in a dress, and the next minute he's the Holy Father in a dress. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Holy Father. It's like somebody hit him with a magic wand or something. Or with an ugly stick. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I first want to thank you. Tell you that while everyone else is out, town, and you're the team captain and you're putting in your hours there, I want to thank you for that. And this otherwise dreadful time of year. But,
yeah, just wait till Friday and Monday. You'll see how much I'm on the air.
Oh, well, you deserve it, buddy.
I do.
Listen, I haven't been watching the news locally or anything, but did they ever speculate on why Sunji's son committed suicide or what was going on with that?
He had issues. He was depressed. That's all I heard. I tried to find more about that, but I just they don't really know. He had something.
You know what I was wondering, since his daddy had that undefeated team, maybe he made a real big bet with somebody that they were going to go undefeated.
Yeah.
And as soon as the Colts lost, somebody wanted to cash in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tragic shame because from right here, they're really nice people.
Okay.
All right, Steven, listen.
I'll pass your sympathies along to the Dungy family. Thank you so much. Oh, man. That was sweet. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. Well, one thing about the dead, man, I mean, I know this flies in the face of what I'm supposed to think and what I'm supposed to say, but I don't really care what I'm supposed to think or say because I only think what I want to think and what I say. See what I'm saying?
See what you're saying.
And, once you're dead, that's it. And just life is for the living, I mean, you can ring. I'm not saying that you don't mourn your loved ones and stuff like that, but, you can wring your hands and woe is me and throw away the rest of your life, or you can be like Art Linkletter and go out and fight drugs, Guy's like 199 years old, and he still looks the same, Art Linkletter. Not that you have any idea who that is, but Larry King keeps putting him on because Larry wants somebody who looks older and more decrepit than he is. But actually, Art looks better than Larry. Snappy suspenders, by the way, Larry.
Uh-huh.
You're looking great. WQAM, hello. QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Do you know when Dwayne Gatsby's going to get back to head coaching the Phoenix Wild?
The Phoenix Wild?
Yeah. I love hockey. I love Dwayne Gatsby, the great Gatsby.
Yeah. How about Bill Gadsby?
Yeah.
Okay, that was probably Alan Cohen calling in, the owner of the Panthers. Probably sharing some of the knowledge he got from lunch with Hank today about hockey. That is most amusing. It's almost as amusing as Fat Boy's going to bring us some copy this hour for that spot at the end of the hour, which I'm sure he's not. Nice job there, Fat Boy. You are doing it.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM. Songs from the Gay Cowboy movie featuring Homo, Homo on the range, where the queers and the cantaloupes play. And mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be gay cowboys. Don't let them wear chaps and lipstick and stuff. Make them play football and kiss girls and such. And, well, we're back here in San Fran again, where the women don't outnumber men. First I was afraid, I was petrified, and more, I kept thinking a cowboy's best friend is his pony, Spank the Burro, and happy mails to you. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Gay cowboy songs from the Gay Cowboy movie. The soundtrack is unrated.
1216, don't forget the official motto of 2005 in America, GGW, Goyim Gone Wild. The video is coming out this month, I believe. 141 votes on our poll. What event in 2005 was the most significant to you? Hurricane Wilma, 44. Republican scandals and indictments, 36. Hurricane Katrina, 25. I had no sex life, 18. I got laid a lot, 7. Slots get okay in Broward, 6. Terry Schiavo debate on her tube, 4. Pope John Paul II dies, 1. I finally embarrassed somebody into voting for the old geezer. And the Iraq elections, none. By the way, speaking of geezer and the beezer, I was watching the Panther game the other night, and they had oh, my God.
I remember the beezer.
What he was, huh?
Even I remember the beezer.
I'm trying to think of what he was on there promoting or representing or what it was. Something with the organization, and it was the beezer on there. Maybe it was a commercial thing. I probably better bite my tongue, because we like all the sponsors of everybody,
Yes, we do.
And I thought to myself, why in the world would they have the beezer, a racist slime ball like the beezer on there associated with the Panther organization again? That was bad. It was on their telecast. It was almost as bad as listening to Denise Potvin. Pop, 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 like that. That was kind of amusing what the guy said before about how Alan Cohen is going to try to get Hank to get me to lay off on the Panthers. Like what? What have I said about the Panthers that isn't true? In the beginning, they were stinking to join out after the first couple of games, and they were playing embarrassingly poorly, and they lost $8 million in a row, and now they've been playing really good. Well, and they've won like 4 out of the last 7 and got a regulation tie against the Flyers and lost in the shootout. And they're starting to move on up a little bit on the east side and on the west side as well. So I just tell it like it is, and also about those phony attendance numbers. You're not fooling anybody. Oh, we had 17,000, and they always say an announced crowd of whatever, you know. They have to they have to preface it with announced crowd as if to say, well, they're pretending that we had like X number of people, but there were like 5,000 people there, you know. An announced crowd. How about an announced crowd of like 80,000? You know, the place only holds 20,000, but how about we announce 80,000 people were there? That's how great it was. You don't want to miss a second. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Uncle Neil.
Yep.
The one that I would probably vote for would be the sloth, because it's going to affect me personally. Hopefully we'll get some real casino gambling at the Indian reservation through that. However, I didn't notice if you had John Roberts getting appointed on the poll. That's a pretty significant event.
It is?
Well, I think for years to come, it's going to affect our civil liberties.
Yeah, how sad.
I think so.
Okay, we'll stick it on there.
Okay, thank you.
We won't get any votes, but okay. And Harriet Myers, by the way, says thanks a lot, too. Thanks. Okay, let's put that on there. John Roberts. I thought he was going to talk about John Roberts on CBS News with the gray hair. Didn't you? You don't even know who that is.
John Roberts?
Yeah.
Didn't he? He's on the Supreme Court now.
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one from CBS News. Anyway, moving along. I'm sure that Josh watches ABC News.
All the time.
He likes the religious segment at the end, especially about the Christian wrestling. Anyway, John Roberts on the how do we
gets
say
appointed to the Supreme Court.
John Roberts appointed to Supreme Court. Very sad what's going on in your America, boys and girls, while everybody's worried about Walmart. You know, that's the sad part. It's a sideshow. It's a freak show. I mean, not that I like Walmart or anything like that, because George has got a huge bug up his ass about Walmart. My idea is, I know this is a novel concept. I just don't shop there. I just don't go there, ever.
I'm sure he doesn't either.
Well, but I'm just saying, that's the way I deal with my feelings about Walmart, but I don't have to go there or shop there or worry about who's getting paid what or whatever, or get involved. You know, I do pass along the good bedtime stories about it because it makes for good comedy. Like Santino. Remember he played too much comedy with that young girl. What is that? Oh, I thought I still had the Godfather thing there. Well, I'll just play that. A lot of bareback mountain bits, you notice? They're all over the place, that bareback mountain. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, Pally.
Hey, I heard you said Graham Gone Wild. The guy, did you talk about the story a couple weeks ago from the guy from Girls Gone Wild? How suppose it was on TV, his place was broken into, and he was forced to do something on camera by gunpoint, but he took the guy to court so the video wasn't released. What do you think they could have made him do at gunpoint where he doesn't want the video released?
Rectum.
What did you say?
I said, have a Happy New Year. I didn't see that. Did we have that story? I never seen that.
I don't think so.
No, he did something at gunpoint. See, this guy's trying to get me to say, like, some sexual thing. Who the hell knows? How do we know what he did? Pervert. Calling a clean family show like this and starting with, like, some sexual innuendo. Shame on you. Joyce is going to come and kick your ass, man. And probably make you do the same thing that he had to do. To her. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, got a significant moment?
Yes?
It happened in February, I believe, of last year.
Reverend Joe.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. Yeah, I couldn't believe he was actually saying something, though. It was fascinating. 567-0560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular. You know, it's just amazing. It really is scary when you come right down to it.
Yes,
the number of people, it's not just him and his boyfriend or the one or two. I mean, the number of people, this show is not a radio show. It's a radio show plus it's a hobby. See what I'm saying?
It's like a religion.
Like stamp, no, it's a hobby. It's like stamp collecting, coin collecting, golf. It's a hobby. And so therefore there are these vast numbers of people out there, and 4 hours every single day, this is their hobby. This is what they do. I'm not talking about the passive people, the listeners, who are generally speaking the sane ones. I'm talking about people who just day after day, minute after minute, hour after hour, just over and over and over. It's just shocking. Shocking. This is a sociological experiment, this program. This isn't just a radio talk show. This is a lesson for you in life. And also, of course, for...
I have no life.
Right, having no life. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate dope, but...
Good. Well, congratulations. I'll pass it along. WQAM, hello. That was Mo doing a voice. QAM.
What's up, Neil?
Yes, sir.
I purchased the purifier from Thane.
Yeah, great. 5670560. First of all, we don't have any purifier from Thane or anything like that. He's talking about the Flavor Wave, maybe? Good. I hope you like it. WQAM, hello.
I'm depressed.
Well, guess what? There's the answer for you, Ron. There's Prozac Ron checking in.
Let's send some of those guys from Toronto over.
Hopefully checking out. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, did you know about James Dungy's brother, Crocodile Dungy? He was also there with them.
Yeah, I bet he was.
Oh, God.
See, at that point, that's when he's supposed to stop, you know? But he's just practicing. You know, practice makes perfect. 5670560. You ought to go online and just Google Tony Dungy.
Why?
And see, because I did a little while ago.
Okay.
Just to see if there was, like, any new information about, you know, why his son committed suicide or died. And the venom that's on there, and it goes all the way back about the thing with Terrell Owens and the spot with the promo with Nicolette Sheridan and the comments that Tony Dungy made then, and about we're glad that what a horrible parent he must have been. It's just unbelievable. Because as you well know, the internet is a breeding ground. It's like a gathering ground for misfits, for hate. You think this show is like, I mean, we're like Little League compared to the internet.
Yes.
That's where they meet and greet and eat. WQAM, hello.
It was wonderful when you had...
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
What is your website address?
NeilRogers.com. NeilRogers.
NeilRogers.com.
What are you looking
and
for?
I can listen to radio on there?
You sure can.
Okay, very good. Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Pally. Thanks.
Right,
okay, see, there's a guy that didn't know who we could, and we are streaming today. Let's hear it for our crack engineering staff, for Steph and whoever.
How about that?
Fix It and whoever back there was fixing it yesterday because we went Thursday and Monday and we weren't streaming it.
No dropouts either.
Huh?
No dropouts either.
No dropouts. We got the big, no, you're right, the big on the dropouts. In fact, the number on the dropouts matches the ratings of the station across the street, 790. So Blind Mike yesterday gave us some good inside poop. In fact, if we really want to find out what's going on with Greg Reed and QAM and all the other stuff going on, let's call up Blind Mike.
This is Neil Rogers.
He might,
this is 560 QAM.
Remember this golden gasser. Wonderful WQAM.
You know, I've gone down the road, stopped at Fannie Mae. I'm gonna tell old Fannie what I heard her boyfriend say. Don't stop me talking. I'm gonna tell everything I know. I'm gonna break up the signifier. Whoa, people, somebody's got to go. You know, Neil told Rich, Richie told the bird, and Bird told Annie, Annie told her mother, tell her brother too, don't stop me talking. I'm gonna tell everything I know. You know, like that.
Oh, no, there was a little bird cackle there on the end of that. That was Dion singing to us right in the studio at IOD. Can you believe that?
That's fantastic.
He's great. Dion is great. He hates us like he used to love me and the show, but in fact did a couple of appearances with me.
Is that right?
But he hates. You know why he hates me now?
Why?
Well, I don't know if he does anymore, but he sent a letter when we started playing this bit.
Here's my story, it's sad but true.
And I guess Ernie Maresca, a friend of his, wrote that. Ernie Maresca also had one hit, Shout, Shout, Knock Yourself Out, which I'm sure you never heard, and you missed nothing. But anyway, and Ernie was offended by the fact that we did this parody on syphilis, on the Runaround Sue.
About a girl called Syphilis Sue.
And so Dion requested that I stop playing that, and I said, no.
Had a bug and ran it around.
And so now I guess he need to have it. Well, whatever.
Gave it to every guy in town.
Nice headgear, though, Dion. We like it. Live.
should have known it from the spot on her lip. I'd end up with a urinary drip. A part of her will always be with you. So stay away from a syphilis suit. It took a close, I should have seen the signs. Smelled the scent of a friend of mine. He got infected, now I've got it too. So keep away from a syphilis suit, yeah. Keep away from that girl. Hope that the feeling will do now. Keep away from Sue. She likes to sleep around. Yeah, even did it with my basset hound. We did it, then I started to cough. Now I'm afraid of falling off. Here's the moral of the story from a guy who knows. Used to have a hose where this fungus grows. Ask any fool that she ever knew. Keep away from a syphilis suit, yeah. Keep away from that.
See, now, if you got a good sense of humor, even just a minimal sense of humor, that's a great bit, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say he must have no sense of humor.
Well, there you go. Or maybe Ernie Maresca didn't have. Who knows what? I don't know. It just seems to me that it's more like a tribute to the original song, and it makes people say, hey, I remember that Runaround Sue, by Dion. I'm going to go out and buy it right now. But nevertheless, still like you, Dion, even if you hate me like poison. That's just the way it goes. Wednesday, March 1st is Ass Wednesday. How do you like that?
Nice.
For that 30th anniversary show, it's Ass Wednesday, so I can rub some ashes on my...
Rectum.
Some ashes on my asses.
Perfect.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
So there you go. Wednesday, March 1st. Mark it down in your calendar, and that would be a really big day. Maybe the Pope will come and bless the Neil Rogers show. That would be good. Like that one CD I did that year. The Best Of CD where they had me dressed up as the Pope on a cover, and a couple of people got all bent out of shape. That's disgraceful. In fact, I think we got a voicemail on that. Let's see.
I'm calling regarding Neil Rogers' ad in the Sun Sentinel today. I find it highly insulting as a Catholic that you people could even put such an advertisement in the paper. How dare you all be so insulting to us? It's the Christmas season, and you represent him as the Pope. You think we're so stupid? It was hateful, and it shouldn't have been done. I wonder if this was something to do with his Judaism, whether we could say, well, it's anti-Semitic, it's racism, so it shouldn't be done. But the Catholics can be kicked around like this?
Yes.
Neil Rogers is an insult. How dare you people do this? You should take out an apology the same size as that ad in the newspaper for all of us.
By the way, lady, go donate somebody some child molesters. Would be a good idea. 567-0560. Talk about a humorless bitch.
Oi!
So just for equal time, maybe we'll come out with a CD where we got some Getchke, some Orthodox Jew with a big hat on there, and the tallis and the payas and the tefillin and the whole thing.
Whatever we can put up to get new voicemails.
Exactly. There you go. Get great new voicemails from offended people, because that's what we're here for, basically, to offend people.
That's right.
567-0560. Well, I can't wait for Tuesday, I would say Monday, but I'm not going to be here Monday. George will be here Friday and Monday, and more power to him. And he'll be sending you like 10,000 bedtime stories. Don't forget to tell him, by the way, because I'm not going to be potchking around. Well, I guess I could. What do you think?
What?
Should I do the stories on... Because I could do it.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because I send better stories or because I don't send as many of them?
Both.
Yeah, right. Get out of here. George does a fine job with those stories. How could there be any better stories? He sends you every story that's on every website invented.
That's true.
So he doesn't miss too much.
But he sends a lot of blogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Which are...
Oh. Makes it a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
No, I guess I'll do it. I can handle it. I'm trying to think if there's one day in there when I'm... Now, I'll always be somewhere where I can do it for you. 567-0560. Let's get a whole bunch of calls in here. I feel great today. I'm ready for a big day at Woodbine. I'm going to plunge my guts out. I'm going to go over there and hit the jackpot. Did you see? You probably didn't see, because it's a Canadian story, eh? Casino Niagara yesterday, a woman at the Megabucks slots. She, on the same pull, she won the secondary jackpot, which is about $8,000.
Okay.
And she won the big jackpot on the same pull of $3 million and some odd. She, in other words, to make a long story short, she won $3.2 million on Megabucks on a dollar machine. And you want to know why?
Why?
It was a good machine, man.
Damn right, it's a good machine.
Yeah. $3.2 million, Mr. Anti-Slots.
I'd take it home with me.
There you go. Take the machine home. That's right. She could probably buy the machine for $3.2 million. That would, now that you mention that, it would be kind of fun. I'd like to have my own.
If I won $3 million on a slot, I'd do what I had to do to take it home and hang it up somewhere.
No, what I was going to say is, I think, although you have to be like, you have to be a genius to figure out a lot of computerization stuff. And you open up the brain of the thing, and it's got all these little computer chips. So even if you had one to diddle with at home, and the computer, the machine as well, you still wouldn't be able to figure it out.
No.
See, that's what I want. I want the inside and I know it exists, but boy, these people lie, and they lie, and it's all just random shit. No, it's not. No, it is not. Sooner or later, it's going to pay. Like that song says, sooner or later, that thing, it's going to pay. It's going to be a good machine, man. And we just have no idea when, or why, or whatever. Don't start with that slot crap, okay? Get all these little old ladies out there losing all their halava money at the slots.
Well, maybe when they come down here, I'll go win my $3 million.
Well, why not? Of course, let me just say this to you: you're going to have a hard time doing it if you don't play.
Correct.
It's kind of like it's like a horse race. If you're not in it, it's hard to win it.
All right, look. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll tell you right now.
That's what Wally Hennessy used to say. If you ain't in it, you ain't going to win it. Even if you are in it, you ain't going to win it, Wally. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
When we get real slot machines, I'll go spend $40 on slots.
Wow, $40.
If I don't win anything,
stick to 30.
I'll never play again.
Well, so what does that prove?
Just try them out for one time in my life.
And let me ask you something. Suppose there's a machine, like, for example, the last time I was with Woodbine before vacation, I, put a couple $100 in a dollar machine, didn't do much, and then the next pull it paid $400 on the line. You don't know when it's going to pay off.
Well, I'm not going to sit there and spend my paycheck on the slots, though.
Paycheck? Thousands, man. We're talking big bucks. All those hours you got at those hockey games, those bogus hours you put on the timesheet. Wait till Clarence gets wind of that.
Nothing bogus about that, buddy.
He's got bigger fish to fry than your paltry, puny paycheck, believe you me. Oh, brother. There is stuff going on. There's an earthquake going on inside QAM. The only problem is nobody knows anything about it. That's the only deal. We're feeling it, but nobody knows what it's all about. There's a major tumultuous earthquake. And you know what? Who cares? Just give me the check. Hey, speaking of Wally Hennessy, all you horse racing fans and poker players, Pompano Park Racing and Poker is your place to celebrate New Year's Eve. How about a 4-course dinner at the Top of the Park restaurant, plus champagne and party favors at midnight? Also, there will be music and dancing all night long, even after midnight. Or maybe play poker till the stroke of midnight and celebrate with a free champagne toast, or gamble until you have a stroke. And don't forget, Pompano Park also features the world's only midnight mile, with the last race starting in 2005, ending in 2006. Here they come, Wally. Hit him again, okay? Look back, see if Dan Capello's coming. Now, don't forget, too, what's back at Pompano Park. It's everybody's favorite. It's free spaghetti dinner night, Monday, January the 2nd. That's correct. Just purchase a Pompano Park program for Monday, January 2, and get a free spaghetti dinner coupon for Monday night on the 4th floor. Even Mickey McNichol's shocked by that. Pompano Park features free admission and free general parking every day. Live harness racing in the poker room are open every Monday, Wednesday, like today, Friday, and Saturday. Poker starts at noon. It's going on right now as I speak, and live racing gets underway nightly at 7:25 p.m., including tonight. And don't forget, every Monday night, there's 2 for $25 dinner special at the Top of the Park restaurant on the 6th floor, and every Wednesday, like tonight, is dollar night for draft beer, soda, hot dogs, and lots more at Pompano Park. And Pompano Park Harness is also open every day and night, 7 days, featuring the best in simulcasting. Harness, thoroughbred highlight action from all across North America for you to watch and plunge your guts on. So bring a suitcase full of money. Pompano Park, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. For the new racing schedule, call 954-972-2000 or on the Wicked Web. It's PompanoPark.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Dumb as dirt.
Dingleberry, dingleberry, dingleberry doy. I'm very upset and I'm very annoyed. I give it a dig and I give it a tug and drag my bony ass across the rug. Dingleberry, dingleberry, dingleberry doy. They got me shaking and doing like a dance. I'm using my hand with a kung fu grab. Like I got ants in my pants. When they multiply, makes a sound like a crunch when I walk this way. Spend my spare time in my behind. Pick the dingleberries away. Making a trail right down to my knees. In that dark, having an attack. Dingleberry Martians are tickling me.
I got the dingleberry. I got the dingleberry. I got the dingleberry doy.
Doy, 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 doy.
12:47, no doy today. We got Curtis Stevenson and Troy Stratford, 2 until 6. Not just the Mo Show, but the Mad Dog Show. 4 exciting hours. See, if you're like Troy, what would you rather be doing? Would you rather be out selling and servicing accounts and going and getting some great new accounts on the air and making some money? Or would you rather be like a stupid star and be on the radio pretending to talk sports crap? Huh?
That's what he chose.
That's the problem with Troy. He can't figure out. He'd rather be a celebrity. He wants to be a stupid star. He don't want to be like sales hole. I mean, what kind of a person wants to be a sales hole anyway, huh? Who wants to go to some stupid dance school, Leroy? And then we got Jesse Agnew just for a brief half hour from the Bank Atlantic Yetta Center from 6 to 6:30 as a way of previewing the big Panther game. Boy, I'd sure like to be a fly on the wall for that lunch between Alan Cohen and the Humper, wouldn't you?
I would.
What is that all about? Bizarre pairing there. 6:30 got the Panther preview. 7 o'clock, the Bruins in town to play the Panthers. The Bruins suck big time, believe me.
Hey, what's a Bruin?
And Lenny Martez, speaking of sucking big time, Lenny Martez after the hockey game till 2 in the morning if you can handle it. He'll keep you awake. He'll keep you tossing and turning. I'll tell you who else will keep you tossing and turning. Fat Boy is in Where's That Copy for that spot. Oh, geez. Now, what did he say to you the other day? Did you talk to him?
I did.
And what did he say?
He said he was driving down to This was yesterday morning.
Yes.
He's driving down to Armstrong Ford right now.
Maybe he didn't get there yet.
Who can say?
And
that was it.
Oh, in other words, he wasn't going to get any copy or anything like that. He was just going there. Maybe he's going.
He was going there to get the copy.
Uh-huh.
I haven't heard from him.
I see. 239 votes on the poll. What event in 2005 was the most significant to you? Hurricane Wilma, 86. Republican scandals and indictments, 54. Hurricane Katrina, 34. I had no sex life, 28. I got laid a lot, 11. That's Josh and 10 other lady friends, or 10 other friends. Terry Schiavo, the debate on her cube, 9. Slots get okayed in Broward, 7. Not too excited about that, huh? John Roberts appointed to Supreme Court's got 6. Are you Schmitting me or what? Well, get out of here. That's the most significant thing of the last year? John Roberts? God. I mean, when you stop and think about it, he wound up eventually, because Rehnquist croaked, he wound up becoming the Chief Justice. So what's the difference there? You got one Nazi being replaced by another one. And that's not the part that's going to change anything. But at any rate, Pope Paul the Tooth dies, 3 now. See, we got the sympathy vote after I made a big simus about that. And the Iraq elections, solamente uno. They finally got one for those Iraq fixed elections. Excellent. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. Maybe Dion will call in. You think?
No.
Well, why not? Come on, Dion. Kiss and make up. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes?
Hey, question. Are the Neil God bumper stickers ever going to come back?
Oh, get out of here. You think this outfit's going to put out bumper stickers?
Hey, I'll buy one, man. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I want one.
Yeah, I want one, too. Neil God bumper stickers. You know, this outfit... You know, people wouldn't believe this story, but if I did write my book, one of the things I'd have to put in there that I still can't believe. It's got to be about 5-6 years ago. And I see people walking around, and they've got these QAM caps, like a baseball cap, and T-shirts.
Okay.
Now, we used to have those at IOD, and just about every other station I've worked for has had, like, promotional, T-shirts or caps or whatever, giveaway stuff, bumper stickers. And, of course, this cheap-ass outfit, their idea of promotion is to be like walking some guy with a sandwich board on his ass for 5 minutes on Lincoln Road Mall. I mean, they just don't believe in it. And so somebody is telling, I said, well, those are really nice. And they said, well, for like $20 you can have the cap, and I think the T-shirts are like about
30, man.
They were selling them. If you wanted one, you had to buy it. And I'm not talking about the public. I'm talking about the members of the staff. I guess this preceded your being involved.
Yes.
But you can ask around, and they'll tell you. It's the MS. It's the truth. You had to buy your own QAM cap and or T-shirt. And I said, El Paso, no thank you. Is that incredible or what?
Yes.
Talk about cheap. And this guy thinks we're going to put out bumper stickers to promote this show?
They're $20, sir.
First of all, what does this show have to do with sports? That's what this station's all about. Greg Reed and his obsession with sports. Maybe we'll get a manager in there that realizes that this is more than just a sports station. that the bread and butter is here and the only non-sports show on the station. This is the meat and potatoes, baby, the bread and butter and the head cheese. This is where it's at. The halava and the matzo balls and the kishki and the gribbinus. That's where it's at. 10 to 2, baby. Oh, it's not a sports show. It's just that filth that, yeah. And also maybe if we get new management, maybe we'll be able to play the fart sounds again. Maybe we'll have somebody that stands up to Joyce and says, hey, guess what? The FCC doesn't care about fart sounds, you bitch. That's what we need. Somebody that stands up to corporate legal instead of like, and of course when you don't have the leg to stand on, you don't call up Joyce and say...
You bitch, you slut, you whore.
Yeah. Because he made his own bed, now he's like floundering in it. That's the problem. Too many fairy tales, too many lies, too many backdoor deals, all of that stuff. You know what I mean about backdoor deals?
Rectum.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the way it goes, Greg. Good luck to you. Or not. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless lines. These phones ought to be smoking today, baby. Actually, they haven't been that bad this week. See, the reason they're not doing much today like yesterday is yesterday we were building that stupid-ass poll about, I got one, with names, just a name.
Hey, we got that John Roberts.
Oh, yeah, we did get the John Roberts thing on air as being a heavy-duty star, and it's got a few votes, actually. How do you like that? That's scary. I'm not just talking about poll stuff. I'm just talking about conversation, verbal intercourse. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, pretty good.
Right. Not that bad. WQAM, hello.
I'd like to think I'm a volunteer, not a chronic.
WQAM, hello. Yes, sir.
I'm the current owner of the...
Yeah, you are. Owner of the biggest ass in the world. We're looking at it right now, right through the speaker. Well, that's good. We got the Gargler guy and then Reverend Jones back-to-back, side by each. That's all we got left. So like I said, I think 1 to 2 hour. Like I used to do every Wednesday, the 1 to 2 comedy bits hour.
All right.
Sounds like a winner to me, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
See, the Gargler, I mean, Mo likes him so much. I'm trying to tell you, man, go to 2 to 4, okay? I know Mo won't be on again until Friday, but you could probably wait, or not. Call up Curtis and Troy and do your act. Because Mo liked it. And that promo, that promo.
Yeah.
I like that guy. Like that. Because I'm really burnt out on the Gargler. Ron, I find amusing. I know that George wouldn't like that, but Ron, I find amusing. And Reverend Jones is only amusing because he calls 4,000 times a day. So in its own way, just hanging up on him gives me sexual excitement. But as far as the Gargler, you're old, man. This is a wannabe. This is a guy that wants to be so desperately a part of this show, and everybody's talking about it, but they're not. They're tired of your stale act. See there, and we don't want to be stale because then it's the Stale Rogers show. WQAM, Stale Rogers, hello.
And here's the boyfriend checking in.
WQAM, hello. QAM. QAM.
The Gargler, you're old.
Yeah, crank it up a little bit, okay? Stick it in
Rectum.
WQAM, hello. See, this thing is now this thing is having a problem. The phone is rejecting these calls. QAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Did you see Darcy Tucker beat the crap out of that guy with his helmet?
Actually, I missed that part, and missed that part of the game, thank goodness, because I'm not really into that at all. And he only got fined $2,500, which if he got suspended a game, it would have been like thousands, so.
The $2,500, that's like peanuts.
Right, that's correct. Don't be knocking Darcy Tucker, man. He the man.
I love him.
If that rest of the team was playing like Darcy Tucker, we'd be kicking some serious ass. I'll tell you who's on fire, man, is Buffalo. What's with those Sabres, eh?
That's Ryan Miller. Great
They're on fire, man. They're good.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's enough hockey talk. Thank you. We love this. I'll tell you I've always said it before. I mean, it's not like anything new. Rick Jeanneret, he is so good. Luckily, I have the hockey package, and usually when the Sabres are playing to get the Buffalo telecast, he is just so great. When they scored a couple of goals in about 30 seconds the other night, he's just too good to be true, Rick Jeanneret. I mean, he's no Geldy, but, see, that's another thing that makes South Florida a Bush League town. When even Buffalo has got a great sportscaster, and South Florida's got, like, Jimmy Syphilis and Geldy, stuff like that. It's got to tell you, son, look in the mirror, man. Look around and see where you are, okay? That's what we do at QAM. We look around and see where we are, and we say, oh
my God.
Yeah. Till payday. 1256 at QAM, and the truth is, when you dare to compare, you'll see why Ford is the best-selling brand of vehicles in the entire USA. And in South Florida, the only Ford dealer to shop at is Armstrong Ford of Homestead. Now, the holidays are here. Fat Boy's down there right now drumming up some new deals for you, by the way. The holidays are here, and maybe your car was damaged during Wilma. Maybe you just want a great new ride. Now is the time to get on down and see our good friend David Rich, and let David put your big fat ass behind the wheel of a great new Armstrong Ford. Right now at Armstrong Ford of Homestead, they got fantastic offers and incentives waiting on you. Get $1,000 cash back or financing as low as 0% on a Ford 500 or Freestyle. Get $5,000 cash back on Explorer or Expedition. How about $2,000 cash back on Escape and $2,500 cash back on Focus? Certain restrictions apply. When you buy a Ford from Armstrong Ford, you'll also get, like I've been telling you for a very long time, their exclusive Tires and Batteries for Life program. You heard right. Tires and Batteries for Life. David Rich and the staff at Armstrong Ford will guarantee the best pricing, like I always say, too, because it's a locally owned and operated joint. They're going to give you velvet glove treatment. They'll treat you like family because they want you back again and again. You won't get a better deal on a Ford anyplace. No bait and switch, no phony deals. So give David Rich a call at 305-247-5112 and tell David you want the Neil deal. He'll say, Neil, who's that? Armstrong Ford Homestead, 30725 South Dixie Highway, 20 minutes south of the 836. An easy drive and well worth it, believe you me. Check them on the web, armstrongcars.com, then drive those few miles extra to save yourself thousands of dollars at Armstrong Ford of Homestead.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Oi! Hi, it's Barney the Dinosaur. If you look at the clock, boys and girls, you'll see that it's the 1 to 2 hour. I can tell time. Actually, I'm so rich, I can hire somebody to tell time for me.
All right.
Everybody hates everybody all the time. That's the way of life in Florida.
Absolutely.
Foreheads pop with veins in anger, in hostile bedroom down. Everybody hates everybody all the time. Riding on intolerance and fear. It's where disenfranchised congregate, and they don't want you here. You'll find their attitude quite sour. With a machete, they threaten to slice you to the bone. Then, in the gridlock of rush hour, out the window, someone calls you Matacone.
You fairy!
Everybody hates everybody all the time. So how dying that do. Something in the breeze is wafting from Pompano Park.
101 at 560. Now, I'm thinking I got a whole bunch of stuff queued up here because I'm thinking about that 1 to 2 hour comedy bits.
Yeah, what happened to that?
For the holidays. Well, I mean, I got stuff ready. And there's not a single call on the board. See, what I was going to do was, like, take a call. And then if it seemed promising, like we're going to get a lot of really great calls in this 1 to 2 hour, then I maybe put that on hold, like for tomorrow.
What happens if there's no calls, like right now?
Well, in that case...
560. I am over here, and I'm not over there. So, Gildy took you to lunch, huh?
Yes, and he made me pay for it.
Why, that's no good, Mumser.
Made me want to sacrifice myself on the sacred altar of Bush. Oh.
That reminds me of the time I had lunch with him in New York. We were sitting in the Molly Pecan room in the 2nd Avenue Deli.
Here's a nice place, Mo. Thanks.
Yes. You know that's good eating here? They got a picture of Pat Cooper on the wall. See over there?
Oh, yeah.
Here's a good pickle.
Yeah, you ate them all.
Well, by the way, something. Who's done more for pickles? The classic stork or Sally Fist?
Are you ready to order your beverages, gentlemen?
I'll have a Coca-Cola.
And you, sir?
You see that there? He called me sir. Now, that's a man who knows who I am. You'll have a Dr. Brown's Black Raspberry.
With a twist of lime, of course.
No lime? Did I say lime?
Surely you're a man of discerning taste. I highly recommend a twist of lime.
Just 3 minutes, Dr. Brown's plane, before I twist your nose.
Very good, sir.
Get a load of that, Doctor. Lime in the Dr. Brown's. Do I look like Goyam?
You got coleslaw on your chin.
So what if I do? I'm leaving anyway.
What are you leaving for?
Well, I'm not sure how to end this bit. enjoy it all,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That's it. WQAM, hello. Okay, nobody on that one. QAM, hola. Only one. Solamente uno. Solamente uno. Only one. What do you say? Solo una spina. WQAM, hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Slot machines. There's a place I got them in Daytona. There used to be one in Coral Springs, but he closed. If you want, I'll fax you the number.
You need to buy a slot machine?
Yeah, I paid $250 for it.
No thanks.
With directions.
No thanks.
That's a good way to plunge your gut. Anyway, have a good holiday. Bye.
And back to you. Okay. So like I said.
Tonight on Al Jazeera, it's the Muslim world's #1 sitcom. It's the Muslim world's only sitcom. Everybody Loves Ramadan. Starring Ray Romano as everybody's favorite radical cleric, Mukhtada Al-Sadr.
Attention all Shiite militiamen. Turn in your weapons. I mean, we're going to give you like 5 times what you paid for it, okay? All right? Come on. Hey, Abdul, give me the rocket launcher, okay? There you go.
Brad Garrett as Ayad Alawi.
And I'll broker a peace deal that ensures U.S. troops withdraw from the job.
And Peter Boyle as the Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani.
Holy war!
Everybody loves Ramadan.
Hello, Sunnis, Shiites. Hello, Ramadan.
That's tonight and every night of November, followed by 2.5 Strongmen and CSI Solder City on Al Jazeera.
There, Bush, right. He's in place. Now we have the whole world at a place. You reckless stones. Not keep up. I tell you, everything's going up fascist. Roll the train. Build the cap. Raise the price of a gallon of gas. They won't find. They have no mind. Stop that everything's going up fascist. Now's our enemy. To stand the verge of its ear. The power is dizzy. Let's kill some doctors and queers. Conquer the world, starting with my rat. And wrap ourselves in the American flag. Those who dissent, we'll make them dead. I tell you, everything's going up, everything's
I'm dying over here.
Once there was this kid who stick his hand under his arm and make disgusting sounds, and then he'd stick his tongue out. Then he turned his eyelids inside out. He drank a glass of milk from a straw stuck up his nose.
Prepare for a holy war, a big jihad, jihad, jihad. Going to the jihad, don't be late.
from every single terrorist state. Kabul, Yemen, Iraq, Iran. I'll be strapping on my suicide bomb. Let's rock. Praise Allah, let's rock. Got my beard and my long white smock. Going to the jihad rock. Shiite 2 says to Hamas 4, get the boys ready for a holy war. Fatah 2 says to Martyr 3, come on and kill some women and children with me. Let's rock. All right. Praise Allah, let's rock. We don't want holla. Got my long white smock. I'm going to the jihad rock. Bin Laden hiding coming out of his cave. Taliban monkeys start to rant and rave. Black veiled women begging in the crowd. But buddies only know ladies allowed. Let's rock. Praise Allah, let's rock.
Rectum.
Put on my bloody white smock. Going to the jihad rock. Oh!
Quick, Mohammed, turn on CNN. Check latest American troop position.
Going to the jihad, don't be late. Coming in from every single terrorist state. Kabul, Yemen, Iraq, Iran. I'll be strapping on my suicide bomb. Let's rock. Oh, praise Allah, let's rock. We don't want holla. Got my beard and my long white smock. I'm going to the jihad rock. Going to the jihad rock. Shiite 2 says to Hamas 4, get the boys ready for a holy war. Fatah 2 says to Martyr 3, come on and kill some women and children with me. Let's rock. Praise Allah, let's rock. Got my beard and my long white smock. I'm going to the jihad rock. I'm going to the jihad. Bring great Satan to his knees. Kill the infidel swine. Kill them all.
I'm dying over here.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Come on.
Okay.
I dare you to dance to this, but beware it's not easy. You can't keep up with the beat. You will trip over your feet. You could say this sounds abstract, written by a guy on crack. Beat like this could break your back or give you a heart attack. It is so arrhythmic. Dance like you are spastic. You look stupid as you try to keep up with the greatest stupid song goes. Maybe you should sit down. That way you won't hurt yourself and your ego. Cause you just can't keep up. I don't know how you can dance to this song. Cause the beat kinda is really all wrong. I don't know how you can dance to this thing. Cause it feels like there are a few notes missing. I don't know how you can dance to this groove. Cause the beat really is not all that smooth. Try to dance and you will be so confused. Try to dance, try to dance. How can you dance, dance? You cannot dance, dance.
117 at 560 WQAM. No Mo today. That's one reason to be very upbeat. We got Curtis and Troy from 2 to 6, and then the hockey stuff. And then Lenny Martez, if you don't have like a stomach full by then, till 2 in the morning. So I got a whole bunch of stuff queued up here. Now, we had a great poll idea that I said we would do on Friday, and then I forgot it. I should have written it down.
Oh, by the way.
Yes?
We got an option during the break that I think might be the winner.
An option for what? For the poll today?
For this poll, yes.
Okay.
Gas hitting $3 a gallon.
Okay, get it on there.
All right.
Let's hit the gas. But earlier, somebody had suggested something, and we said, boy, that would be a great poll idea, and I forgot. And you did, too. Otherwise, you'd be blurting it right out.
I'll think about it. Give me a minute.
That's bad. It was sensational. It might have gotten us a 90 share on Friday, but I forgot about it. To hell with it. Anyway, here's what we got so far. $2.99. Not all that spectacular, considering we changed the poll about 20 till noon. Well, whatever. Maybe 300, right? 301. Now I feel better. What event of 2005 was the most significant to you? That is a good one. In fact, let me refresh it. Did you put it on there yet?
Yeah, it's on there now.
Let me just take a puke at that. It won't have anything yet because we just stuck it on there. But, yeah, gas goes over $3 a gallon. You watch that go zooming up. And, by the way, thank you, Mr. President, for those low gas prices and all those dead American soldiers, too. 105 say Hurricane Wilma, and why not? Isn't that what you'd expect? You bet. So many people affected, so many people pissed off at FP&L and everybody else.
Yes.
Republican scandal/indictment, 63. Hurricane Katrina, 51. I had no sex life all year, 39. None. 0. Zippity-doo-dah. I got laid a lot, 13. How do you like that? Now we find out why there's so many people glued to the show every day, because most of our people ain't getting it. Except, of course, for Josh, who's getting it all. Spread a little around, will you, please?
No.
Terry Schiavo and her cube debate. 10. Maybe we could take Terry's old cube and hook it up to Ethan on Passions would be good. Poor Ethan. He's just laying there. Slots get okay in Broward, 8. John Roberts appointed to Supreme Court, 7. Big Simmons. Pope Paul John the Tooth dies and gets schlepped around on a slab, like a slob on a slab, 4. The Iraq elections, 1, and gas going over 3. You watch. It's going to go zooming up there, won't it?
Yeah, I think that could be the winner.
It's still got no votes, but nevertheless, you'll see.
I think this new government might be a waste of time. Bush thinks that would fix things up. Sure out of his mind, yeah. There'll still be chaos over there. There'll still be bullets in your hair. I don't want to hear from Bush that he's restoring peace. How will we know we've succeeded with that new democracy? I guess we'll know we've succeeded when you see more Mickey D's. McDonald's.
Howard Dean's back, and this time he's rocking.
Phoenix, Arizona, South Carolina, Oklahoma, North Dakota, and we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
Catch Howard Dean live in concert.
Arizona, Texas.
Howard Dean live in concert.
Yes. I like it when the guys stop by for a Hummer. Do you remember? Do you remember when you got that Hummer? New kids on the block really have small Chinese dudes have no. I unzip their flies when the guys stop by for a Hummer. For a Hummer. I like guys who start at only 1 inch. It stretches when they make a wish.
So, like I said,
yeah,
I was perfect, right?
I was thinking the
You're
same
starting
thing.
to wonder a little bit, huh?
I
well,
was.
Can I be expected? We got like 75,000 bits in here. Can I remember them all? So I just hit the button, and I'm sure you did too.
I actually didn't. I expected.
Well, I did. Huh? You were leaving it in my fine hands? Well, that's not a good idea. Michael Vale, the actor best known for portraying sleepy-eyed Fred the Baker in the Dunkin' Donuts Time to Make the Donuts commercials, has died at the age of 83. How do you like that? Bad news. Vale died. I don't even remember the spots. Do you?
No.
Time to Make the Donuts? How's that gas goes over $3 a gallon doing? 1 vote already. Look at that. Like we said, going to go zooming up there. Vale died Saturday in New York City of complications from diabetes, son-in-law Rick Rell said. See that? Maybe it isn't time to make the donuts. TV ads featuring Fred What Are the trademark line, Time to Make the Donuts, ran for 15 years until Vale retired in 1997. Canton, Mass-based Dunkin' Donuts said in a statement that Vale's character became a beloved American icon that permeated our culture and touched millions with a sense of humor and humble nature. And there's people dying all over America because of those donuts. Although not nearly as fast as they are from the other ones. What's the other ones? And you notice how fast that thing died out? Krispy Kreme?
Well, you were the one obsessed with it.
No.
I've always been a Dunkin' Donuts guy.
No, and you don't understand what I'm talking about. It was like it was going crazy here and everywhere. They were opening up all over the place. The stock was through the roof, and then they discovered that people were like clogging their arteries and dying from all that stuff, and people stopped eating it. No, if you're going to compare Dunkin' Donuts to Krispy Kreme, I'm going to tell you your taste is very goyish.
You're crazy.
Vale was born in Brooklyn and studied acting at the Dramatic Workshop in New York City with classmates Tony Curtis, Ben Gazzara, and Rod Steiger. Veteran of the Broadway stage, film, and TV, Vale appeared in more than 1,300 TV commercials. I wonder if Jerry Vale is still alive. I sure hope not. His movie roles included Jewelry Salesman and Marathon Man. He also appeared in Gorilla Girl, A Hatful of Rain, and that was it. Time to make the donuts. And he died from complications of diabetes. Well, I got news for you. 83 for a diabetic ain't too bad. I think most of us diabetics, we'd be real happy to make it to 83. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There'd be another 20 years for me. And I think 20 more years on the air just out of spite. Let's see if we have to dump this.
And I am living my worst fear.
No, I don't think we want to play that one either.
Everyone loved William Hung's bang-up job on American Idol. And now, all of William Hung's greatest hits are on one amazing CD. It's Hung Up on Hung.
1, 2, 3, 4. My baby, she don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. Hey,
Yes, from Outkast to J-Lo, everyone's hung up on Hung.
J-Lo in the house. Don't be fooled by the rock that I got. I still feel it from Brock.
He used to have a little, now he has a lot of tone-deaf fans who can't get enough of Hung Up on Hung.
You can find me in a club, borrow for a bub. Mama, I got what you need. If you need a few of buzz.
It's worth a lot more than 50 cents. Order now and you'll also get this free bonus CD. An American Idol loser sings the American Idol winners.
Oh, fair and rough. What happened to Miss Independent? No longer need to be the Panther. Goodbye. Oh, you went wrong. It's true.
William Hung's Hung Up on Hung is only available for the next 15 minutes of his fame, so don't delay. Call now.
Alito surely knew the day that Bush was strapped, 'cause Harriet had left, and she ain't coming back. A church like a gift to conservatives, they've been appeased, and that sure keeps Bush looking good in popularity. Next time Democrats saying hold them back, he's too right to go. I said give him a shot to be elected. Confirmation, will he get it? One more for the road. Alito. He's for the judge, he's for the road. Alito's the way to go. Alito. The Supreme Court job, he ought to get it. If he don't, Bush regrets it. One more
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
town.
Your ferry.
At 560 WQAM.
Darn it, I told you, don't bother me while I'm in here.
Arthur!
Hello?
It's Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Mr. Mouse, good morning. How are you?
What the hell are you doing to me?
Nothing, sir.
You're freaking killing me.
No, I'm not.
I got David Kelly calling me every 3 minutes. Why did we move the practice?
Sir, you told me to move the practice.
I didn't tell you any. You must have misunderstood me.
No, sir, you said move the practice to Monday.
Hey, listen, butt wipe. I'm the boss. I make the decisions. You take the heat.
Right.
You move the practice.
Okay.
How we doing with it anyway?
Oh, man.
Hold on.
Right.
Remus.
Yeah, boss.
Shut the hell up. I'm on the phone, Remus. Eisner.
Yes, sir. What was your question?
I'm telling you, I'm going crazy over here. Between David Kelly and now Michael Jackson calling me every 3 minutes, I'm going to go out of my freaking mind. Hold on. Remus!
Yeah, here you, boss.
Stop it, Remus!
I'm sawing the floor, boss.
Stop sawing the floor, Remus! Remus! What's this in my hand, Remus?
That's your penis, boss.
My other hand, Remus.
Oh, that's the phone, boss.
Right. I can't hear anything, Remus. Stop sawing the floor.
Sorry.
Sir, the moves are working out very well. The practice is fourth in its time slot and moving
Fourth in
up.
its time slot? Christ, are we even beating the WB?
Barely.
Oh, my God.
The Michael Jackson thing was a rating success.
Of course. Hold on a second. Remus!
Yeah, boss.
What the hell are you doing with a harmonica,
Just
Remus?
playing a little song for you.
Don't play it, Remus! I'll jam that thing down your throat! And get that bluebird away from me!
Oh, come on, Bluebird.
I'm allergic! Eisner.
Sir, over 25 million people saw
Shut up, Eisner. Listen.
Yeah.
You see me, what I'm doing here?
Sir, you're on the phone.
I know I'm on the phone. Do you see what I'm doing? Use your imagination for crying out loud. I'm moving my hands up and down, side to side. I'm the puppet master. I say it, you do it. Now Fox is going to air all the stuff that you cut out of the Michael Jackson interview.
But sir, you told me to edit out all that stuff to make him look like a freak.
Puppet master, me. Idiot. Oh. Remus!
Yes, yeah, boss.
What the hell are you doing now?
Fixing the floor, boss.
There's nothing wrong with the floor, Remus. What's this in my ear?
That's your penis, boss.
My other ear, Remus.
Oh, that's the phone, boss.
That's the phone, Remus. Get out.
Come on, Bluebird.
Get out. Eisner?
Yes, sir.
Killing me. Killing me.
I'm sorry, sir.
Killing me.
Sorry.
Killing me softly.
134 got some good news finally. There's good news tonight, boys and girls, like Gabriel Heater used to say 100 years before you were born.
Yeah.
You got your Gabriel Heater all set to go?
Oh, yeah.
Enron's former chief accounting officer, Richard Causey, has struck a plea bargain with federal prosecutors and will avoid going to trial with the fallen energy company's two top executives, according to a person familiar with the negotiations. Causey is going to plead guilty this afternoon. They got a hearing already going to one or more of the 34 criminal charges pending against him.
Oh!
Causey, 45, agreed to testify against his former bosses, Enron founder Kenny Boy Lay and former CEO Jeffrey Skilling, in exchange for a much lesser prison sentence than he would receive if convicted on all counts. The trial is scheduled to begin next month, but Lay is considered since defense attorneys wanted more time to prepare the government's new witness. Causey is charged with fraud, conspiracy, insider trading, lying to auditors, money laundering for allegedly knowing about or participating in a series of schemes to fool investors into believing that Enron was financially healthy. A scam, a ripoff, and thank God they're going to stick Kenny Boy and Jeffrey Skilling, their asses going to jail for a long time, and hopefully in there will be all the people from the gambling channel, too.
Hawaii at last. Now we can get a little peace and quiet.
Hiya, Mo.
What are you doing here in Honolulu?
When I heard you were here, I flew right over and dressed up like Connie Stevens, just for you.
Well, you're forcing me to do this.
Huh?
Hey, how about a nice Hawaiian punch?
Sure.
Doi, doi, doi. Doi, doi. Doi, doi, doi. Doi, 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 doi. Real American a-holes.
Real American
we salute you, Mr. Director of the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Mr. Director of the Federal Emergency Management Agency!
If we learned one thing in the wake of Hurricane Katrina, it's not to count on FEMA Director Michael Brown.
What can Brown do for you now?
Apparently nothing. And that's what's left of the Gulf Coast. Nothing.
Lost your favorite Gulf Coast!
$52 billion has been allocated by the U.S. government. But you've created so much red tape, the victims won't receive it till Mardi Gras.
Show Michael Brown your hooters!
When all is said and done, you will lose your job faster than you can say E. coli.
Ow!
And if there's any justice in this world, you'll be calling the Houston Astrodome home, too.
300 hot now!
So we salute you, Mr. Director of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, your clipboard, your stupid navy blue FEMA shirt, and your comb-over. You are a real American a-hole.
Hey everybody, I'm Brown and Brown, accountable for everybody drowned and drowned. As a human being, I'm a big disappointment, but I got a brown nose and I knows where to point it. There was no rush to get them saved. They don't vote Republican anyway. I did everything I possibly can to show my support for the Ku Klux Klan. Oh, what a job I had as director of FEMA, when I ain't much more than a weaselly schemer and a clueless son of a bitch. Gets his gigs, brown nose in the ridge. Gets his gigs, brown nose in the ridge. New Orleans is wiped out and gone, but W said I did one heck of a job, and it sure pays off to be a crony and another white-pasty Christian phony. The National Guard is down there now, with orders just to get the press out of town. Everybody go home, there's nothing to see. Everything here is peachy keen. Oh, the hurricane gave us the big easy for neocon social engineering, like a giant Republican squeegee. Praise Jesus Bush, our Lord and King. Praise Jesus Bush, our Lord and King. I don't believe compassion's what we lack. It serves the right to have less blacks, and you dissenters who say it's a national disgrace, they shouldn't have it black in the first place. This is no time to play the blame game, since we know that hurricanes are caused by gays who are not the right kind of homo. Like Scotty McClellan and Karl Rove, oh, we're achieving the American right-wing dream to make everybody white like me, and an ignorant son of a bitch who gets his job brown nose in the ridge. Oh, how I miss getting my Arabian horses. I'd rather do that than watch floating corpses. I'm a negligent murderer now.
Absolutely.
I'll keep going down to keep my nose brown. I'm a negligent murderer now, but I'll keep going down to keep my nose brown.
Following is a test of the FEMA alert system. This is only a test.
Huh? What happened? Where?
This was only a test. If it had been an actual emergency, you would have received instructions from FEMA within 4 or 5 days, give or take.
The federal government just learned about those people today.
Under withering criticism from both parties, Brown offered no apology and mostly blamed others for the debacle that cost hundreds of lives.
Mike Brown, there's no one left to blame. I said, Brownie, you're the government shame. I said, Brownie, 'cause your career's up in flame. There's no one I know who's more lame. George Bush, you'd better make him shut up before he says it was you who messed up. You can defend him, but I'm sure you will find many think that he should do time.
I was just tired of this stuff.
He's way too dumb to run the FEMA. Some people died when he ran FEMA. Now that everyone knows that your leadership blows, you can go
back to your horse shows.
Today, both Republicans and Democrats criticize the fact that Brown is still on the federal payroll. That may be because as long as he remains an administration official, his testimony must be cleared by the White House.
This is Neil Rogers.
Ahoy!
This is 560 QAM.
We can make sure when you get there that we...
Look out!
Are you all right?
I think so.
A car accident. Millions of people experience this unfortunate incident every year. One insurance company has you covered. So when accidents happen, when disaster strikes, think shit happens. At Shit Happens Insurance, we know there are some things you can't control. After all, shit happens.
We got a lot of heavy rain when the storm blew through it. Flooded my basement, cost thousands of dollars in damage. I lost a lot of my belongings. It was devastating. But then I remembered. Shit happens.
Shit Happens Insurance, covering your family when accidents and disasters strike. Because we know shit happens. Shit Happens Insurance, a subsidiary of
Holy shit!
Incorporated.
Go, 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 go. See my movie. It's my movie. You're gonna pay $9 to see my movie. To bring no camcorder into my movie. Or I'll have to pop a cap in ya, cause it's my movie. You can find me on the screen, acting kinda mean. Drama lessons I don't need, cause I'm just being me. I'm into shooting films, they're full of nitty gritty. They make $1 million, yeah, gonna make me pity. You can find me on the screen, speaking with your team, cause my movie's rated R and you're under 17. I'm into helping kids, they're into helping me. So watch the silver screen, fill my pockets full of green. Don't try to act like you ain't seen my movie poster neither. I carry a gun all the time. Go pick on Ted Nugent. That cracker makes me laugh.
About 30, man.
Everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner when the bird, bird, bird. Bird is a winner when the bird, bird, bird. When the bird is a winner when the bird.
Alito is the latest guy that George Bush picked. And they're hoping he does better than that Myers chick. No need to budge, he's a real judge, he's got it made. Unless he tells us what he thinks about Roe v. Wade. Next up, D.C., Alito in the committee, toe-to-toe. Bush said, one more judge ought to do it. Last time around, you really blew it. One for the court, Alito. Oh, he's got a gavel, he's got a robe, he's George Bush's only hope, Alito. Bush said, this guy, he ain't a pony. Didn't pick one of my cronies. One more for the court.
Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Wah, wah, wah. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Wah, wah, wah. What will the sport horse do? Boo, boo, boo. Lordy is a cowardly boob. Samson is a queenie poop. No consequence at all. Let him choke on falafel balls. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Wah, wah, wah. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Wah, wah,
whine about it all you want in your overdeveloped swamp. Can't imagine where they went wrong. They played about as good as this song. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Wah, wah, wah. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Wah, wah, wah. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Wah, wah, wah. Miami-Dade is losing the fish.
151 at QAM, only 9 minutes away from the award-winning Curtis Stevenson and Troy Stratford show. Boy, are you excited about that or what?
I am, actually.
Not as excited as you were about this hour, which was a piece of cake, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
How's Brett doing, by the way, speaking of sales holes and a great job they're doing back there? How's Brett doing?
I'm sure he's busy selling right now.
I bet you he is. Or maybe he just faxed me back an old piece of copy that's got my handwriting on it, just crossing something out. Nice job there, Brett. You're really doing it, baby. 333 votes on the poll. Like a 380. How do I get that? 380. What event in 2005 was the most... That is a 3-minute break, the last one, not 4. I'm just checking.
That's right.
Okay. Well, you never know. It might be chopped off. 380. What event in 2005 was the most significant to you? Hurricane Wilma, 133. Republican scandals and indictments, 74. How's Kenny Boy Lay doing over there at Enron? Hurricane Katrina, 62. I had no sex life, 47. I got laid a lot, 18. Well, maybe we need to get some of those people together. Gas going over $3 a gallon, 13. That's climbing up. You're right about that. It's starting to make the climb. Terry Schiavo in the debate about her poor
Cube,
11. Slots get okayed in Broward, 8. John Roberts appointed the Supreme Court, 7. Pope John Paul the Tooth gets died, and they carried the slob on a slab, 5. And the Iraq election, solamente dos.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM. You get a lot of it. With Neil Rogers on Sports Hole Radio, WQAM. If you are gay or lesbian, Massachusetts says, hey, come on in. It's been legal for the heteros. Wait till gays find out how much marriage blows. A nice honeymoon on the Cape. Say I do and then there's no escape. 2 years later you're in divorce court. Pack your suitcase, head for Logan Airport. No frills, high bills, you'll fight all night. Goodbye singles bars, hello family cars. Now you suffer with us. One wedding ring and how things change. Say goodbye to a little strange. Every morning in the same old bed, you see the same face until you are dead. Soccer practice and school PTA can't escape them just 'cause you are gay. Careful what you wish for, 'cause trust us, you'll wish you were run down by a Greyhound bus.
You wearing that? Do I look fat? Call if you're late. Oh, this is great.
Goodbye singles bars, hello family cars. Now you suffer with us.
George, this is an excerpt from your speech earlier in the week.
Every new citizen of the United States has an obligation to learn our customs and the English language.
Dude, you can't even speak English.
Well, sometimes I mangle the English language. I get that. Anyway,
sometimes it sounds like you're like you're speaking Vulcan or something.
Maybe I need to learn to communicate better.
Gee, you think?
And if any of you wonder how far a mastery of the English language can take you, just look what it did for me.
In keeping with the high standards of broadcast journalism, in the tradition of Edward R. Murrow's Sing It Now, 560 WQAM presents Now See Here with Mo Howard David.
This is Mo Howard David. Now see here. Got a new gig here. And if I so choose to stay, I will change the face of whatever that is to. Now see here. Who did more for radio? Neil Rogers or Hoey Vasquez Anderson? Huh?
Hello again. Here's my best to you. Are your skies all gray?
Oscar Anderson. That's who. For one thing, he was the mayor of morning radio. And that pipe smoker, he ain't no mayor. Why, Hoy Oscar Anderson sang nice songs. Oh, he had a beautiful voice. Listen to him.
Are your skies all gray?
Bill Rogers don't sing no songs about nothing other than me. Why, sure. That's Neil singing the discouraging songs about going and then a faggot he writes them and then Neil sings them. Now you know he's queer, because real men don't sing.
Hello again.
And another thing, William Oscar Anderson was a lot fatter than Neil, too. That there's what made him their best MC. On the next installment of Now See Here, who made a better cup of coffee? Mrs. Olson or Jackie E. Robinson? Come on. Now see me here next time for Mo Indignance on Now See Here. Not there, over here.
Bye, bye, bye! The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
And by the way, I just passed wind.